shit was hard, man.
All right, what's going on, everybody?
Hey. Sidebar, if you're free afterwards, it's a day party in
Ready?
Harlem.
We just sound.
Oh yeah, let's do some mic checks real quick. So I'll go around. We'll do mic checks. I'll say the color of your mic.
Right.
Just say mic check or something with 2 syllables, so I know you sound good.
Mic check.
Okay.
Yo,
red.
yo.
So we got red. Which one's red?
Cheer.
There you go. Sounding good. Orange.
Whoop. Mic check.
Nice. Yellow.
Woo, yeah.
Nice. Actually, if you could lower the mic a little bit, yeah,
Oh,
just,
it's in your face. It's in your face a little bit.
yeah, just lower it a little bit. No, yeah, there you go. Perfect.
That's good.
Yeah, perfect. Blue.
Mic check.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, you already know it. You've done this so many times.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Is there anybody else coming?
No, it's just us today.
All right, beautiful. Cool.
Can I do the sound check real quick? I mean,
Oh, yeah, of course.
Box? Let me see. Let me make sure.
How's that sound? Higher?
It's a little higher.
That's the highest I can go.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'm gonna start bringing cups because we got rid of cups at my job. So I got mad left over. I can just bring them. We can use them. Just have them. It's gonna let them bother me.
Oh, the cube, the retreat went well.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
I assumed that you would have just told me. Wait, are we being recorded?
Yep. We just hit the record button.
Thank you.
We'll do 10 seconds of silence and we'll get started.
I'm happy to hear that.
My bad. Oh, horse chewing ass.
I was saying, let me know when we're ready. I was trying to say.
Ready?
This shit ain't popping in y'all though. This shit ain't hot.
It
I
is.
just started
That's why.
listening. Can I hear it?
You guys see Guava Island? Huh?
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. My bad.
Listen to the soundtrack though. Shit.
My bad, Guava Island.
That's dope.
Let me get up with you.
What up? Episode 43.
Chill.
Episode Philip Lindsay.
Episode
Woo!
Darren Sproles.
I said that last week.
Nope. I
Yeah,
got
I did.
another one for you.
Yeah.
Episode.
I beat you already.
I know you didn't.
I did. I said Philip Lindsay, bro. I'm lit.
Whatever.
So what happened?
What up,
when we get
guys?
to, like the hundreds.
Ain't nobody got 100 number. 99, what, Lindros?
I don't know. I think it's
People
something.
at
Well,
99.
I guess we got 650.
We have to go back to like 101. You just do one. Like,
It's all good. What up, y'all?
What up? What up?
What up? What up?
So, real quick, I was told that I was a hater.
I mean,
Definitely
but
a
I
hater.
think we
How
all know that.
how am I a hater? How am I a hater?
anything that has to do with Hove or Beyonce, you hating.
I do not receive that.
You do.
I do not receive that.
Definitely.
Okay. Context, right? Beyonce is Beyonce. You cannot. Can she not be Beyonce in like a Lion King movie? Can she just be Nala?
So
Is that not why they got
Nala?
Beyonce?
No.
She was though.
She was not.
No, she was actually just Nala in the movie. Y'all, the haters, which
They
in
can't
particular,
separate Beyonce from her.
in particularly, they're black people, which really fucking annoys me. Y'all the only ones talking shit about her in the movie.
Pretty much.
The movie didn't change. It's the same damn movie,
Same
yo.
movie.
Like, are y'all kidding me?
They
What was she
can't
supposed
help
to do? She's a fucking lion. What the hell was she supposed to
I
do?
don't know.
They can't help themselves.
He said that
I'm
Beyonce
spazzing right
told
now.
the Lions to get information. And he lied.
And-
She didn't even say that
and,
shit.
and that's not what she said.
She
That's not what
said
Lions.
lions
said.
get information.
No, she did not.
And it's the wrong.
Yo, you a hater, yo. You a hater, yo.
But she did say boy bye.
You better keep that same
She
energy.
didn't
Boy
write
Bye
the
is
movie.
cute. Boy
No,
Bye
it's
is
not.
cute. Why isn't his?
She
Why
didn't write
isn't
the
it?
movie, bro.
It's
Nah, she
relevant
added
to
that.
today's audience.
She added that.
How
And
you
if
know
it is
this?
that she's supposed to be reaching
How you
out
know
to
that
us.
Beyonce ad-libbed the boy
Nah,
Bye?
I mean, I was critical of because it was fun, but I could have done without lions getting formation.
That's not what she said though.
I could.
Even though I did feel the way that you felt when she
Oh,
said.
did you now?
So when she said
That
lions
changes
attack, I
things.
was like, it ain't necessary. I was just like,
Can you
I mean,
explain
the
that to
lioness,
Raine?
the lioness are the ones
lions
that
attack?
do the
But that-
attacking,
that's-
though.
but that's
Explain.
not-
How's that?
That's not new material.
it probably isn't, right? It just felt very.
What? It felt like she said,
did feel
get information?
very informative.
Yes.
So hear me out. I am like y'all know I be calling McCray out on his like Beyonce haterade, right? And like when he said it, I knew exactly what the hell he was talking about. So I know
Thank
I
you.
felt like a sentiment of it.
She didn't write it, even if she did
Point
say
taken.
it. Like, the
Point
fuck,
taken. So.
ain't-
And you know what? I don't hate her for it because I'm actually very happy that she did it. I'm just saying I felt this. I got it.
He be hating on beef for no reason.
That's not true. Anyway,
I mean, you do.
drop a bomb to that.
Ain't no beef.
Beyonce, when I thought you used to hate Kelly and stuff like that, I didn't like you. I'm not, like now I'm a fan.
Kelly, what?
I said now I'm a fan. I was young then. It was high school. Come on.
I mean,
Really?
Come on, man.
I'm just telling my truth.
B is dope.
So we can't talk about Dear White People because some people didn't watch it.
I mean, you can start the convo. I didn't watch it. You watched it?
Do you care for the
Oh,
spoiler
we both
alerts?
didn't. So
But he
we'll
don't
go.
care about spoiler alerts.
I'm sick of
No, I don't
explaining
care.
shit to white people.
You sure? Okay, cool.
It's
Q?
like one of those things
But
that
we all can. It would be
Binge
better if we
watch.
all can get in.
Want to
get-
wait? Nah, it's all good. We can wait.
Just like I've been waiting for y'all to watch the
I seen it.
WU-TANG.
I
the
still
Wu-Tang
seen it.
doc. I
You saw it?
Yo,
I still ain't seen it.
amazing. I really
pretty
wanted
good.
to talk about it today too, but we can
It's
a little
something to
bit.
appreciate.
I think, well, we can talk about that too. Watching that, I had no idea, like RZA was like hands on
Exactly.
with the business.
It wasn't just me.
Like I had no idea. That joint was mind blown, and the
Yeah.
fact that he
And
was
him
so
and his brother.
business minded, I
Yeah,
was
RZA was
so
doing
taken
all
back,
that.
but not taken back like bad, but like I was so impressed with that.
That was more his role than, like rapping
And
and shit,
beats,
and
like
producing. he was making the beats
on,
and he was orchestrating everything. He
Do
was
you
the puppet
understand
master.
what I mean when I said what I said about ODB though?
Say it again.
Do you understand what I mean when I said what I said about ODB?
Can you rehash on what? Can you
I
repeat?
said he don't write his own raps.
But he did.
No, he didn't. He
No.
improvised.
No. I feel you.
He ain't write his shit, y'all.
He improvised. Who's writing?
Like he
The RZA wrote for him.
I think
but
RZA
everybody.
wrote with his style in mind, right? And they were family, so it's very easy for your cousin to know you deeply enough to write on your behalf. So that's easy, right?
Yeah.
It's just that if we're calling out like people who are writing for one another, let's not. If it is that like when we speak about metrics and evaluating like someone's talent, and if writing credit is a part of it,
Metrics.
I mean, I'm just saying, if that's what we're using to evaluate the world, and if writing credit is a part of it,
I don't
it's
think
something
we
that-
was giving ODB crazy credit for his
We loved his energy.
profound bars. And shit. Yeah.
no, point taken. But I
was more
also
that.
remember just sharing that I didn't think he wrote his own shit, and I felt that you guys might have been like surprised by hearing that, and
Yeah,
like,
because I ain't
not
think
that
it was
anybody
nothing
was
that
checking for
crazy.
him writing shit,
That's probably why.
but
We
like,
were surprised because we never thought it was nothing crazy. We liked him for what he brought to the table.
yeah.
He had
was
a
his
hit. I mean,
personality
come on,
that
shimmy,
made him-
shimmy, yeah. It's
It
not
wasn't
like
shit,
a.
it wasn't nothing.
It's just the
Dirty-
energy. It's
Dirty
energy.
was my favorite out the group.
Really?
Always. Hell yeah. Dirty was my favorite out
Meth,
the group.
Meth was always my favorite.
I mean,
no, Meth
yeah.
and Ghost.
Yeah, Ghost was my favorite.
Yeah, Ghost if I had to go for a second.
I think
but
Ghost
it was
though
Dirty.
is the most. What's the word? Ghost never ever fell off to me. Like he put out music in the height of the 2000s too, like with the song with Neo, Fire. He always came back with a hit single, and that's important because you got to give props to the rappers who have been doing it for that long, like the rappers that are over 40 and like still relevant,
course.
not just relevant, but still sound fucking good.
That we won't recognize
And Ghost-
most
right.
of them until they pass.
Right. Well, in last year, the top 4 dudes, I mean, rap was kind of dominated by those guys. Like, you think about Pusha T, who else? Hove always. It's 2 more that are of a certain age that dominated, and I feel like Ghost,
Nas, M.
Nas,
Yeah.
M. But there's other. Who else was
2 Chainz.
2 Chainz?
Shit.
Like, because to me, it's just about staying connected. You know what I mean? I like hip hop is
literally.
right. People try to make age an issue, excuse me, but it's not really about that. Age doesn't matter until you show it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if your music is sounding disconnected and not up to date, then yeah, niggas gonna be like, oh, this nigga's old.
But it's
ass
so
nigga.
much more complex than that.
Right.
You know
It
what I
is.
mean? Because
It
I
is.
feel like the world expires people after a while.
The world does. That's what I hate. Sidebar, I was just saying that about nIcKI. nIcKI is not 40 yet. She has like about 3 or 4 more years before that. But the game is writing her off like she's old. Like how? She's like 35, like dominating the culture. But
I think they mean old as like she been out for like what 10 years now. Probably.
no, but they calling her old. I see the youngins. I see the comments on the shade room. It's mainly young people.
I mean, but
and they
that's
be
because
dissing her.
that's like because they don't know how to express themselves. They don't know how to use their words.
It's
like,
just the
so
first
old-
go-to.
So like calling people old is the first thing that they do.
And you know me, I feel like they do that in particularly more to women. Like when you're dominating to write you off.
Because that's the thing that they know that women are sensitive about.
Right. And that's why also when Cardi came, they tried to like push nIcKI out, like get the old chick out of here. You know what I'm saying? And not only old in terms of age, but old in terms of you've been around. Like we want someone new. You know what I'm saying? But with her, she still can dominate because she's still like, I don't know if you heard it, but she did do the song with Megan. And
I heard it once, and like I was in tune when I heard it.
right.
I thought it was
But that
pretty
I
decent.
think that's just dope that she finally did a record with a popping
Somebody
up and
else.
She
coming.
realized that the angle of not fucking with them is not working no more. So you better switch that shit up real
And
quick.
Switch that up.
But
shit.
what's funny is that most people get to live that like out of the spotlight because a lot of people are like that, right? A lot of people, particularly women, because if you speak to a lot of people, they like to say that like, oh, black people are the worst when it comes to like industries, right? Like when they get positions of leadership, like they don't lift each other up, they hold each other back and shit like that.
Right.
So I'm saying like it's a common narrative that like this type of shit happens. It's just that nIcKI had to live that in the spotlight.
But you know what I realized though, not to but quietly I feel like Cardi was then put in the same position.
Really?
Yeah, because Cardi and Megan both performed at Summer Jam, but there are no pictures of the unity. Like how you at Summer Jam,
Of them together.
of them together. Why not? That would have been so powerful. Because the picture alone of Megan and nIcKI is powerful. Even though it's like it's like a crazy picture, it's still like just powerful because it's going viral. People are like, finally, female unity. So the same thing, you go back to Summer Jam, you're like, damn, they both did it.
Wait,
Why-
who you said weren't in photo?
Cardi and Megan.
But they ain't do no song together.
Excuse me.
I mean, and like,
But
and I'm not saying
you're
that
at
it
Summer
doesn't.
Jam.
But what I'm saying is that Cardi B is also young, right? And people forget that like it was just a couple of years ago she was like running and throwing shit at people, right? So like she has a very good PR team that's telling her like bitch, it makes sense to do a song with like City Girls, right? Like be all up in a video with
Well, to
them.
me, that song with City Girls is more so about her husband being QC. City Girls is QC. It's quality control. They sound to the same label.
Oh, whatever.
So she's doing business, which is smart. Do those
No,
collabs,
but even with it, I'm saying that like she is probably so like it. There's a strong likelihood that she's so young-minded and like
That's
paying
part of
attention
it.
to the fact that Megan and nIcKI did a song together. Like I wouldn't be surprised if she was holding on to something like that because some people aren't evolved enough to recognize that business is business.
I'm gonna say
And
only
opportunity
20% is on. I'm gonna say it's on her, but I'm saying that it's the same thing. I feel like she got to experience what nIcKI experienced
Got
with
it.
her, and I'm saying it just happened because this is a different era now, right? And it's even more of a different era right now for women because now more than one woman is being acknowledged. For the past 8, 9, 10 years, they were only really acknowledging nIcKI. Only certain people knew about a Rhapsody or whoever else and saying that these girls were dope, right? But now, right now, like right in the here and now, there's at least 3 or 4 women that's on the charts, right? So I'm just saying that the same thing is happening even quicker now to her. She's the top it girl. Cardi, right? They made her the top it girl from last year to this year. But I'm saying that she got to experience just that quick.
Yeah.
There's a new girl coming because right now Megan they calling it the hot girl summer.
Where's Megan from?
Texas.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. I think it's some hip hop shit. It's some female hip hop shit, and it's
Right.
some super New York shit because that New York energy is like, we ain't trying to fuck with nobody else. So I understand.
It's some
Cardi
hip hop,
with
right,
that,
it's all
yeah,
that.
Like it's some. It's a
But
like,
see,
yeah,
Cardi
that's
does
the
fuck with
energy.
people. That's what I'm trying to say. I feel like she got a little taste because just being on the throne, right?
But even with that, I might put that on, like, I would put that on Megan because that's
No,
more
Megan's
like,
a fan. The same way Cardi's
However, Megan has a song with NIcKI, right? And like, so I would
because of an
have
extended
Stop
hand.
her.
She has a
Yeah.
song with her because NIcKI, if we really see the background of that whole thing, right? The song was done.
Mm-hmm.
NIcKI strategically reached out to do the verse,
Mm-hmm.
which she doesn't normally do, which was smart on her part. I'm saying that Cardi, she's got a taste of it, meaning like you're the girl on the throne, somewhat. NIcKI's gonna always be on the throne. I'm glad that one thing that you could talk shit about her and say that like she didn't act properly a lot last year
But she
with
deserved
the
her
drama.
credit.
But what she did, the main thing, what no one can take from her is the work.
Mm-hmm.
So between the time that Cardi came out and now, people don't realize she has consistently put out product nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? She got songs relevant with mad people, freestyles, everything. The work trumps everything. So I'm proud of her for that because she didn't really respond well to the Cardi thing. Like she was acting like a bird, kind of like, you know, like with the Queen Radio shit. She was acting out because they were trying to diss her. The industry was trying to shut her down, like get her out of here. But the work will always trump that. But what I'm trying to say is that in that little span of time, Cardi kind of experienced, okay, she had her experience with the new girl, which is Megan.
Yeah.
It just happened quicker because it's a different era now.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
No, I completely got it.
Yeah.
I think I was just thinking that, like, the audience is so quick to assume that it's funny that, like, she's getting the same heat, right? Because folks won't look at it from various angles and say, like, oh, it could be this or it could be that. So it's easy for folks to be like, oh, like, it's easy for folks to give Cardi the heat. Is all I'm saying. So I completely understood what you were saying.
Right. I'm saying that she's
I just-
experiencing it.
Yeah.
You know, maybe not for, I mean, she's still that chick. Cardi's still that chick. It's room for everybody because they, even no matter how
The
much
world just
how much
creates
sexy
this
that they
conflict.
sell, they all are different. You know what I'm saying? And I do feel like NIcKI
But
did
it's
a
up to
song
them
with.
to come together and like and say it's. I feel like it's up to them to come together and like, I guess disrupt that conversation.
Right.
I realize that I use the word disrupt too much. Whatever. So like, but it's up to them to like change that shit. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't have to be that way. I feel like if they wanted to, they can come together and be like, this is all bullshit. Like this is what we stand for. Like we can all be here.
Right.
Like because and back in the day, people did shit like that. Remember when like TLC and I forget the names of the songs that they came together and did because, damn, and like which makes me completely disconnected from the shit that made me love music. But I remember when TLC, Salt and Pepper, like all of them got on this song for one of the movies from the early '90s.
I remember you talking about.
And they and not only did they like come together, but they did a video for it.
Queen
You know what I
Latifah
mean?
was
It was
in it.
yep, like everybody was in it.
Which
They
movie?
had all black. It was for
Yes.
I can't
And they
remember
were all
which movie
recorded
it
in
was
the
for.
studio.
It was lit.
And like it was some Black Panther like movie.
Okay.
But like it was powerful, right? And that was a time when they could have put all of them together, like pit them against
each
one
other.
another,
Yeah.
and like, and that's not the like they didn't allow that to happen. You know what I mean? So I feel like if these girls wanted to, they could change the narrative. I feel like there needs to be someone who's telling them that like you're more powerful than you.
But that's
like
what I've
are
been
showing
saying
right
about
now.
NIcKI. I'm glad that she finally did the record because that's what I've been preaching for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, change the narrative.
Mhm.
This is not true. Even though it's hard as fuck to work with women at times, we can work together.
Go DM her, Raine.
You
I
should.
should.
Jinx.
I
Speaking of female MCs, right?
Yeah.
Let's get right into it. The top 50 rappers. A couple people got a lot of flack from their list. I being one of them.
Let me ask you one thing though.
No, you can't ask me anything. You cannot give me any advice. Now what?
whatchamacallit, how long did it take you to make that list?
I'm not gonna hold you. I was thinking about the list as soon as I saw Ebro's list.
And how long did it take you?
Took me about maybe an hour.
And that's my problem.
It was supposed to take longer.
Yeah, I feel like
I
ever
don't think
since
so.
that main list went viral, I feel like everyone has been responding to the viral list, and I really feel like it requires some effort and time to be put into construct a top 50 rappers list, yo. And I feel like that time is. I feel like people are just jotting down based like you're reacting to the list that was out there.
I didn't even take the list seriously because the shit had Joe Budden at 3. And there's no criteria, no disrespect. I'm a rapper. Joe Budden done got way further in his career than I ever had. Whatever y'all can hit me with, oh, Joe Budden better than you, whatever. There's no criteria where Joe Budden is number 3. Period.
I
There's
just
nothing
think
you could pose it and be like, where Joe Budden is 3. So as
Well,
soon as
get
I
at
saw
your
that, I was
man
joking.
because your man had Joe
was
Budden
playing.
at number what?
I had him at number. I switched it though, so we get right into it.
There's no criteria.
You had him
No
at
matter what.
9.
I respect everybody's
did.
opinion, but
I did. I had Rod Digger. I got a lot of flack by having Rod Digger on my list,
How?
which is crazy. You saw it, and then it was just weird because I'm like, yo, she's like. That's why I put the post. Like, did people forget Rod
are the
Digger?
people old enough to even have been hearing her shit? Because it's been a good 10, 15
I'm
years.
talking about my
probably since Rod Digger
timeline. My
became
timeline
shit.
ranges. People,
That's
they
what I'm
know
talking about.
Rod Digger.
What was it? The people that knew her though?
Yeah.
Oh, okay then.
Like, that's my whole shit. Like,
People
I don't
got
have,
short memories
real
though.
talk, real
I
talk.
remember 15 years ago.
People who are giving you slack about Rod Digger are probably the same people who have an issue with Lauren being included.
Probably, because I had Lauren
That's the-
included.
that's the same era. That's the same era.
Somebody got at me saying that she was too high and things like that.
What
Like,
the fuck does
They don't
that
know rap
mean?
though. They
I
don't
have
know
at
rap.
15, but then I don't read.
Oh,
read.
too
I
high
don't
as far as on
read.
the list. I thought you meant high, like intoxicated.
No, I don't read too much in like rankings
I
and
did
shit
too.
like that. But it was just weird. It was just weird. Like looking at Ebro's list, he has Kendrick at 6 and J. Cole at 7 and Tupac at 8 and Rakim at 9.
I can't
Kinda
engage
wild.
until their metrics established.
And then Prodigy at 11. Like, but it's just a matter of, you know.
I've been hearing a lot of flack for Prodigy, but my rebuttal for Prodigy was always that there was a time where Prodigy had an argument for best rapper in the game, period. And I think there's only maybe 20
You right.
people all time that can say there was a point in time where I could have said, yo, I was the best. Like 95 to 2000, Prodigy was in that conversation of, but maybe he wasn't the best, but he was in that conversation of 2-3 people that was the best.
Prodigy
So-
was always one of my favorite rappers. And
So
like,
yeah, I'm seeing people getting flack for that. I can't like if he's 13 on your list, maybe it could be some flack. I could see somebody having some beef with that. But Prodigy on the list at all? Nah, you're bugging. Hell yeah,
Prodigy
on that
made
list.
30. He was 39 on my list. He was number 11 for
I think he should be a little bit
Ebro.
higher.
I
I think he should be a
mean-
little bit lower, but a little bit higher than 39.
I mean, because I put it like
He's in
this.
the top 25.
Yeah, I agree.
You know why? Because he's right. There was a time where Prodigy was the number
was the
one
best,
guy.
like, for
right
real.
before HNIC.
Yes.
When HNIC hit, Prodigy
The
was
best
running
rapper,
things
yeah.
as a, but then he fell off. I'm not
wasn't
gonna
getting the
front. I
money
remember
as far
as a not only consumer but as like a fan, as a rapper myself, like I was disappointed after HNIC. He fell off. I'm like, I don't know. He just didn't rap the same.
The
yo.
game took a funny turn, I think, right after that happened. Like,
He wasn't trying that hard though. I feel like
Do
because
you-
he has a distinctive flow, right? It's that I call it the QB flow or whatever because all of his peoples kind of like have a similar thing, but that's his shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't rapping. I don't know. He was like he wasn't rhyming, and I remember he fell off as a rapper to
did.
me. You know what I'm saying?
So what was? So you mentioned metrics, right? Q, so what?
Very important. Yeah.
What metrics would be?
Someone
used?
gave me some.
What did
Impact.
it-
Impact is one. You cannot do this
we've
list
mentioned
without
that before.
impact. Impact is always important. No matter what list you construct, you can name it a bunch of different things. All genres, all industries. Impact is important.
You
yo.
have up the Google Doc?
Yeah.
Right, impact. I feel like we should
Lyricism.
capture them so that we can align. Agreed.
Give me a second.
And I feel like some of them are required and some of them might not be. because everyone doesn't feel that everything is like.
Because everyone has their
necessary.
own interpretation.
Point taken, which is why I feel like we should align as a group so that we can come up with one at the end of the year. Because if we do this shit in December again and don't have one,
I mean, because go ahead.
With this list, I don't think there's one like set of concrete metrics that you're judging everybody by. I think you're judging everybody by their best, and then putting those all into
what is their best defined by?
I think everybody's best is defined by different. Like Rakim, I don't feel like there's no way Rakim can be outside your top 10. Period. To me, because everybody
He was a
raps,
prodigy.
The way everybody raps is because of Rakim. Like everybody after Rakim rap totally different than before Rakim. So like you can't have a top 10 without him in there. Like he might not have sold the most records. He might not have, but like he has to be in there. Like I think that's non-negotiable.
For real. So
Like-
point taken. I guess I'm saying that like if I remember being in this space in December on the show and not being able to come like narrow down like the best albums of the year.
Yeah.
And like I guess I'm saying like it'll be nice if it is that we can end the year narrowing down like top albums, whether or not it's of all time, because I feel like we can do an all time thing. But the thing with that is like you have an opportunity to introduce people to shit, because if people didn't listen to it, then they can't evaluate it as their top 10. Which is why I say that, right? So like if it is that we're coming up with a collective top 10, I feel like we could come up with metrics. Even if there's something that I evaluate that you don't, we don't have to count it as a part of the like required whatever.
I mean, it's like if we
But
don't
at the very least, say like lyricism.
definitely lyricism, sales, impact, flow.
But what if you
Five.
just want to just have lyrics like a rapper?
No, well,
no, that
no,
has to
sales-
be specified.
sales
I'm talking
wouldn't-
about this list. When you say
Oh.
rapper, that takes everything into consideration.
Because
Exactly.
for me,
It's like saying like if you're saying lyricist, then that's a different list. But when you say rapper, to me that encompasses everything. It's
Sales,
flow,
though,
it's
too?
delivery, it's sales, a little bit.
I think that kind of goes with impact, right?
Definitely, yeah. It's kind of grouped in together. Because like
Because
you
I
got the
don't
best
want
shit, but if nobody
right.
fucked with it, then
That's why I was going to name my list like my top 50 rappers who can rap.
No, but then
And not make it
but
about
here's
that.
the thing, right? And I hear that, and that's
Then maybe I
great.
should just
But
put
if
lyricist.
it is that we like name our top whatever, right? And then we establish a set of metrics, which we all align on. Say it's like lyricism, impact, sales, ability to like change flow, blah blah blah, right? And then we like reevaluate our lists, listening to what everybody has added to the list, so that we can all fairly do so that we can really narrow down who it is that we align as the top 10, just to see. It'll be a great activity, guys. It's team building.
nah, definitely. I just think it's everything.
We need 5 though.
Exactly.
I
But I,
don't
feel
think
like I
that
can only
people-
align if I can. If
I
know
don't think that
metrics. I
people
feel
are
like I'm-
constructing these lists based on that, and that's
I don't know how
that's my
else to-
problem. That's me either. That's why mad people ask me to do it. I'm like, dog, that's gonna take a lot of time, yo.
And then some people are doing favorites list. I always ask people, what are we doing, my favorite list or are we doing the best? I'm doing the best list. I wasn't gonna do favorite because if I do favorite, there's gonna be fucking people that everybody's gonna be, yo, what the fuck you talking about? You know what I'm saying? But best, like I'm doing the best list, like so. I'm not
But
gonna
your
have
list, your best list will be different from.
my favorite list, absolutely.
No, it'll be different from everybody else's best list.
Everybody's list is gonna be different, but what
But
I
I
think,
think
but
going
what I
into
think
it-
people are submitting for their best list is their favorite list. Like these are my 50 favorites, and that's
Right.
not what we're trying to judge. We're trying
We
to judge who
want
you think
the
is
best rappers. Who are the
Yeah.
top?
Who you
And
think
that's
are the
why
best?
I was actually proud of my list, so I'm cool.
Well, your list wasn't
You
bad,
did
but
best or favorite.
I did best. I didn't do favorite because
go.
I had
well,
Fife
go do your
Dog on
list.
my
Go
shit.
do your list.
So
I mean, you biased, McCray.
I'm really not. I mean, for the first top 10, possibly, but I put a lot of thought into it. Number
Glad you
one,
had Hov.
I had Hov at 2.
I know. I'm glad you had Hov.
Why would I not do
You
that?
mean-
Anyway, I had Nas.
You
I had
can't talk rap top 10 without talking Hov.
exactly. I would never. I mean, come on. I wouldn't.
I don't know, bro. You sometimes.
No, all I say is who's better, and that's when you think I think
Okay.
Jay-Z's trash.
I feel you.
Number 1 is Nas, of course. 2, Jay-Z. This one I got a lot of flack for. Number 3, Andre 3000. Number 4, Big. Number 5, Rakim. 6, Punisher. 7, Eminem. 8, Black Thought. 9, Joe Budden. 10, Tupac. That's my top 10.
No fucking way. No metric can you have with Joe Budden. and
So
Tupac.
Raine and Q, y'all gave me a better understanding. I should have just put top 50 best lyricists, rapper, just strictly skill.
It's too broad.
That's why I don't think so.
Nah,
No, I
rapper
think
is
so
different.
because everyone sees rappers differently. Like a white
So,
person see a rapper as a thug.
can't
Black
have
people
a
see
rapper-
rappers as poets.
That's what I'm
it's-
You
saying.
can't
I
have a
should've
top
just
50
And
rapper
can't
list
be
without
tweet.
Kim. And niggas is coming with that she didn't write it, but rapper doesn't necessarily mean writing. The delivery
Yeah.
and the cadence of it was so legendary and so historic that if you got a 50 best rappers list without Kim, then how is that shit even valid?
Kim?
Like, yes.
Little Kim?
It's not like you can't have and I know she didn't write her shit, but like, you can't have a
But
top
she wrote
50
Diddy
list without
shit.
fucking
She didn't write
Kim,
her
bro.
shit, but she wrote
Yeah.
Diddy shit.
Like,
Really?
come on.
Yes.
I didn't know
And
that.
someone showed the credits because this whole topic
I didn't know that.
it spawned mad topics, right?
And that's sad because no one would ever highlight that shit.
And so yeah, someone brought it to my attention
That's true.
where she has credit for I forgot what the song was, but you see her name.
Niggas wasn't
She's not
writing
on the record, but it says
100% of her
Kimberly
shit.
Jones.
Yeah, like niggas wasn't writing 100%.
But that's
at
my
the beginning,
issue with the
Big was
Drake
writing
shit.
Whole verses, but
But that's my issue when niggas try to get at Drake, right? Yeah, you got the Quentin Miller, but Drake wrote for mad people.
Yeah,
so
hell yeah.
so how is that? You know what I'm saying?
why
The
does
same
it-
thing
like,
with Pusha.
yep,
Pusha,
okay.
someone just brought to my attention where Ab Lava, he has credit on Pusha's album.
absolutely.
So what are we doing?
I think a lot of people are just ignorant to think that people are writing 1,000% of their bars. Like, nah, and it's like if we in the
It's
studio,
time.
But we have to
you-
decipher what's writing and what's just contributing. Like, oh, do that boom bap sound again. Oh, that's a nice melody to this. Like, I mean,
That's true.
I think we
But
think
some
too
people
deep.
give
like,
writing credit for that. Like,
And
if
that's-
we in the
yeah,
studio and I
yeah.
say a line and you be like, yo, nah, I think you should say,
Dope.
this,
Yo,
that, and a
Kanye
line, you
is-
get
has
This
writing
been-
man
credit
got
because of that.
$80,000 for give me that funk, that something. What's his name? Oskino.
That was his song though, and they
Was
took
it?
Yeah, that was his.
But
song
that
and
part
they
he
took it.
got writing credit for that part.
Yeah,
As he should.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, you like, and that's what like it's not like nobody's writing 100%.
I think people
like,
put
we
too much
okay.
thought in the placement, man. I mean, it's just you on the list, cool. Because I feel like outside the top 10, maybe I get it. Within the top 10, I think okay, cool. Then you got to worry about okay, you number 5. But outside the top 10, come on. Like,
All right,
it
so
was just-
who's after
after
10?
I had Jadakiss at 11, Wayne at 12, Royce at 13, Kendrick at 14, Lauryn Hill at 15, Mos at 16. I had Kanye at 17, 18 Raekwon, 19 Ghostface, 20 Lupe. And I was comparing it to, well, of course, you know, we doing a comparison. I was looking at other lists, and it was just like a lot of people really put a lot of focus on order. That's
Real
crazy.
talk.
That's the
That's
whole
why
shit
that
of the
list went
list.
viral.
I mean-
because they put in order, and
Joe
Joe
Budden
Budden retweeted it. Once he retweeted it, it went viral.
Joe Budden 3. There's no way like that shit was meant to go viral and to cause people to talk. Because there's no way that's.
I mean, of
list.
course.
I'm sorry.
Because then I look at Ebro's list. He had LL at 29 and Drake at 28.
What's wrong with that?
I personally, I don't have anything wrong with it, but I would thinking about it though,
Drake hate coming.
LL. If there
That's
was no
high for Drake?
I'm just saying if there's no LL, there's no Drake because LL kind of like
That's a fact.
he put that.
But still,
So
it's
wouldn't
like
he
saying
be
that there's
above-
There's no Dr. J. There's
But
no.
again, it
Michael
depends
Jordan.
on what
But
it is
think
that you
about it.
evaluate.
But
But
right?
what we
better.
talking about?
Drake has done it better, bro. I think.
But here's the thing: what would he have mirrored it from, or what would he have? You know
But
what I'm
that's
saying?
if that matters to that person.
I
So
think
it
it
doesn't
ma-
mean shit if it doesn't matter to that
I think for
person.
hip hop, since it being an art, you have to have something to mimic to make greater.
I don't
And
think
they
10
don't
years
think it's
later,
important for
L
their
was
best
still a
rapper.
best MC. 10 years later, Drake is still in that conversation of best. Like
I guess what
he
I'm
shut
saying,
that
the
shit
whole
down.
sex appeal, like within the lady,
I
having
think
a
they
lady.
too different. Like
I know, that's
Drake
what
is
I'm
a
saying.
dweeb. L was like
You'd be surprised.
was
It's
on
I
L.
mean, most of
Chicks
Drake's.
was on L. Most of Drake's fans are women, but that's because the songs are hot. Like Chicks was on L, like,
And that's
on
my whole
L,
point.
like,
I think he was
looked
inspired
good,
by
Chicks is
LL.
not on Drake. Chicks is on Drake because he's Drake, but like Aubrey's a dweeb. Like Todd got bitches.
Hey.
Is what I'm saying. Like it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But I think by his
L
music.
was.
Is it a difference?
It is a huge difference.
Can I get some
No.
of that nectar?
I was just say.
Todd got bitches.
Pause.
Aubrey-
I don't even like
Todd
that you called
gets
it the
bitches.
nectar.
I would, pause. What?
I don't know. It just sounded sexual.
I don't think Aubrey gets no bitches. Todd gets bitches. I'm sorry, Aubrey.
Hey, I'm just thinking like since LL kind of put that lane out for a lot of rappers to go to have that appeal to the ladies. I think you know.
I don't know, bro. I think
Drake didn't make my list, so
there's no way you could have a 50 list without Drake, bro.
yes, I can because I thought about. I have my list.
I don't
I'm not
even
even
fuck
done.
with Drake
He's
like
not
that.
better than half. He's not better than people on this list. Anybody on this list that I
Can
have.
we just do it real quick? Another toast, real quick. It's still Leo
Of course.
season.
Hell yeah.
You know, toast to life, love.
Toast.
You guys are some of my favorite people right now. I want to say that. So I love being around you guys. Forward-thinking black people. I love it.
Whoop, whoop.
Cheers.
Thanks.
More life.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Your
Yeah.
birthday month.
Yes. Toast.
Still in it.
Toast for the
You
more.
gotta sip it though. Thanks. Yeah.
Sip. You gotta tell that to.
They say it's bad luck.
No,
It's
he
not.
was sipping. You about to put it down.
No, I sip.
Okay.
Coming at me.
I don't
Anyway,
know, man. You can have no list without Drake, man.
I can have a list without Drake,
Anybody
and I
knows
did.
Me know I'm not Drake like that, but come on, son.
I just don't think he's better than anybody else on this list. After that,
way,
I
bro.
had after
Royce the
19
5'9"
Ghosts.
can't be higher than
He's not better. He's not better than Royce.
I'm gonna
Again, it
on my
depends on what
list.
you evaluate.
He's-
right?
I'm gonna
Like,
have
if
what's
you
name
wanna-
first, yo.
Raps, lyrics.
Black Thought.
I had
See, my list, Lauryn Hill will always be first.
exactly, and you know what I'm saying. And there's nothing wrong with that. I had Lloyd Banks at 21, Bust at 22, Logic
no
at
way
23.
Busta Rhymes is higher than Drake, bro.
Raps Drake is not on my list.
Exactly. No way, bro.
Yes, there is way.
Drake's not on your list.
No, he's not.
No
Rhapsody at
fucking way.
24, Mace at
Rhapsody's not better
25,
than Drake, son. Come on, bro.
Beanie Sig at 26,
It depends on what it is that he evaluates, you guys.
J. Cole at 27.
No, well, you know what? No,
King-
no. Hold up.
King Los at 28.
Yes.
King Los. Niggas know how hard I go for King Los, bro.
He's
It's
better
better
than
than Drake, son. Yo,
Wait,
bro,
wait.
yo, I will give it to you right now. Name me one King Los song. Give me the title of it. One.
I honestly don't.
Exactly, son. How is that nigga better than Drake? You don't know one song, son. You just hating on Drake, bro.
I can't name you 5 Drake songs off the top of my head, but I've
You can
listened
give
to
me
King
one.
Los.
You can't name 5 Drake
Yes, you
songs?
can.
You're
Not
lying.
off the top of my head.
You're lying. You're lying.
Yes,
Not
you
off the top of
can.
my head.
You're lying, B. You're lying.
Come.
Lion King.
I'm for real. I can name 3.
You can name 5 Drake and Wayne
Just mad
songs right now.
stubborn, exactly.
Nobody know, obviously, but okay. Truth be told, like I
Give me
started.
one King Los bar.
Here's
I
the
don't have a
ultimate
song.
question.
But
Here's the
the-
ultimate question.
Let me answer
Why
that.
didn't Drake make your list?
Because you a hater.
Oh, it's not
He
because I'm.
light-skinned.
Actually, no. There's a plethora of light skinned people that made my list.
Okay, so answer the question. Why
I'm gonna
didn't
answer that question. Because I thought about that though, because a lot of people mention that, and I'm like, I can't see anybody to take off to replace him with on my list. I thought of it like that as far as rapping capability.
Son, you named 50
lyrics.
You named
Lyrics.
50 people
Uh-huh.
that like 50 people that you're saying
Are
better
you
than
guys
Drake?
trying to force him on my list?
No. We're trying to understand, make you understand that there's a little bit of, there's more than, it's a lot of biasness in that.
I don't think so.
It is, yo.
By me saying like these 50 are better than
He's too
Drake,
impactful to ignore him.
Word, bro. I don't even fuck with him like that.
You can't ignore him, yo. You can't ignore
It
him.
won't matter unless you guys
King
require
Rose,
him
bro.
to evaluate like relevance as a metric.
All right, now can I ask you a
It's
question?
lyrics.
About a question?
Lyrics is
Can
the
you
metric
say
here.
somebody's better than Drake and you can't name one song from them?
Say that again.
He said King Los is better than Drake. I said name me one King Los song. He can't.
Then
That's valid?
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
come on, man.
So
It's
I
not
was.
valid,
So let
B.
me answer that question.
One
so
project.
The reason why
the name of one album. Yo, this project was dope. This shit put him one.
I mean, before I answer that, I'm not gonna change it. But to
You just hating, son.
I'm not hating. The reason why I put King Los up there is because for one, for me, once I heard him rap, because I didn't know about King Los like that. I just knew that he was, he was signed or whatever, but I didn't listen to his material. Once I heard him rap against Head Ice, and I seen his flow, like the different flows that he had, I'm not gonna front. Like I check for his music. Do I know the names of them? No, I do not. But
Nah, you know
That
I
was it.
fuck with Los. I've
That's
been
what's
on this
up.
show saying that, son. I don't think nobody raps better than him. Like if we standing
Except for
in
Black
the corner,
Thought.
just standing rapping, I don't know, man.
You
like,
think
Los,
Black
Yo,
Thought-
you just said nobody raps better than him, but then you're
He ain't
upset
the
that I
best
don't
rapper.
have. That don't make sense.
No,
to me.
does.
Los
There's
is
other
up
metrics
there.
that
He will
goes
be
into
on my
it.
list
I don't
as
think nobody
as
rap better
rappers who
than
can
me,
rap.
but I'm not on that list.
But you just
You feel
told
me?
I don't
It's
know.
not-
Then
it's
you
not
can't
the
say
same.
that.
It's
Then
not the
try
same.
to
I
make your
can.
point.
I can because
think so.
other criteria. That
I'm glad
goes
you
into
said that.
Impact, sales, all that shit. I don't have no sales. I don't have no impact. Nobody knows.
To
So
me-
it don't matter. As good as Los raps, you putting him on the list and you don't even know none of this shit. So it's like
Sales don't mean shit to me.
Not
though,
really.
Because
But I'm glad you said that because I saw a clip someone sent me of Big Eddie Kane being asked the same question because of this list. And they asked him to name his top 5 without naming himself. And he said he could not do that without naming himself. But I had a hard time receiving that because as impactful as Big Eddie Kane was or is, I hold rappers to a certain level of like, how good are you now? Like you impacted the game. If you're not still, I'm not saying he's
Relevant.
not relevant. If you're not still
To the degree in
active,
which the people can
is
recognize.
anybody from then still relevant?
he's still
active?
active. He's still very active.
Like Rick
He's
was
one
for
of
a
the,
second. I mean, I feel like he is kind of now.
he's one of the best performers in hip hop. Period. Big Eddie Kane to this day. You know, if you see him perform, it's incredible. However, I did hear a rhyme that he did in 2018 or 19, a freestyle.
The video that they posted, right?
Well, but it was no Flex. He did Flex,
Oh, I seen that too.
and it wasn't whack,
Nah, it wasn't.
but it wasn't up to date to me.
I mean, it is 30 years ago. I don't think nobody from that time is still rocking. Like, at Hove and Nas is like pushing the limit of like.
But they are
you know,
that era still. Big Eddie Kane's not that much older than Hov.
Rakim is still active, and he's from that
but Big
time.
Daddy-
and he's still
Jizza, you know
active.
Jizza just spit a fire verse on Rhapsody record.
But what I'm saying
Jizza's
is-
55.
But yeah, but age, when I say age, I mean
fuck
when you
outta
was
here.
popping. Like when
He
Big
don't
Daddy
look
Kane was
55.
popping 87, 88, 89.
That's
like,
a fact.
Hove in him is like 96, 97. It was a different style.
That's 10
of
years
rap.
later.
Like,
Yeah.
So like he's I think a generation.
But I'm
before
saying you
them.
can't say to me, all right, I was trying to be objective when I was listening
'Cause
to
I think 10
him.
years from now, Hove ain't gonna be rapping like that no more.
No,
And
but
them
he's
niggas
been
can't say
relevant
shit
so
about Hov.
long. But it's different. I feel like you can't say, I can't say that without saying myself,
Yeah, that's why.
without, if you're not still active. I don't care how old you are. You can be 65. If you active and you put out a modern verse, okay, you lit. Because you got to, hip hop is, I always say this in my opinion, hip hop is about being fresh. Nothing else matters. It's about being fresh. It's an art form. So art is fresh. Art is alive. Art is, art is of the here and now.
But I feel like it is important to define what fresh is, Raine.
Well, I
because
mean,
feel like
because
everybody would see it differently.
it's like art,
Anybody
right?
should
Art
be able
is
to name what
art
they
is of the now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so if you're an artist,
expressing like social political consciousness
from your point of view, but keeping it up to date, because that's what art is, right? The best art that gets credit from years ago is reflective of that time frame, of that time period. You feel me? It doesn't matter who created
allows you to
it,
connect
man,
with
woman,
them all.
child, whatever race you are, who cares? Whatever your age is, I don't care. But it has to speak to the times. So I don't care, like, that's all I'm saying. So if you're a rapper, it's the same thing. If you're still creating, great. But I judge it harshly if it does not sound like I can play it and it can like fit in. Stand out, but still fit into you follow what I'm saying? Like Jizza. Jizza spit a hard verse on Rhapsody's new song. It's not outdated at all.
Can't pronounce it.
Jizza is 55 years old. So what? What are we saying?
I don't. When I was saying age, I wasn't
It's a
referring
dope track.
to actual age. I was just referring to when you dominated. So
No,
I
I'm
don't
not
think-
saying you are. I'm saying that's why I'm judging him because
I think
when
it's
I
whack.
heard his verse, I was not feeling like this is 2018.
I mean, I think it's whack for anybody to be like, I can't name a 5 without myself.
Well, no,
Hov
they all
should be
doing
able to
that.
name a
Common
5
too.
without
Someone
himself.
asked Common too,
He
and
he can't
Common
without
said
himself.
he said, but he did. He said
If I'm gonna name a 5, I'm gonna be in it. Absolutely.
That's what he said.
But if take yourself out, okay, yeah, I'll take myself out.
But
so
real
name
talk,
from 2
Common
to
got to
6.
be on people's list because Common also dominated
To
for
me.
he. And you know what also
still
goes in
relevant
that?
25
Rap
years
battles go in that. Common had a fire rap battle with Ice Cube.
I got flat because I put a battle rapper on my list. I put Loaded Lux on my list. Yeah, so that was crazy.
Well, you know what? I think your list should be like my list, which is the top 50 rappers who can rap.
Thank you. And, I mean, that's what I was, because essentially
Yo,
that's what I
Loaded
was,
Lux is.
that's what I was
alien.
aiming for.
He's an
Nice.
alien, yo.
He's super nice. He's
That's what
Are
I
we
was
gonna
aiming
segue
for.
into that?
He's
Yeah,
retarded
we
with
can
it.
segue into that.
Yo,
He's retarded
Summer
with it.
Impact. I wanted to do my recap on the show. I watched it yesterday with a couple of peeps, and yo, Loaded Lux and Hollow. People said that they wouldn't have chemistry. Their chemistry was retarded. So there was a clip of them before the battle where it was rumored that they they rented a house in the mountains and they practiced in the mountains. And you could see clips of them like jogging. Because real talk, when I was like battling, that is what I feel like battle rappers, I don't think they all know. That's the best, like to train like you're about to fight.
Absolutely.
You know,
It is
get
a
the
fight.
rounds out, but start getting healthy, yo. Like so when you step on that stage, you could feel like $1,000,000. Like it's nobody on this stage is better than me. I'm in shape, you know what I'm saying? I'm like I'm ready, I'm focused.
Look
Yo,
good,
these
feel
guys
good, play good.
exactly,
Hell yeah.
bingo. They did that. They trained well and they were phenomenal. When you watch them, it was definitely upper echelon material, performance, their chemistry. It was extremely entertaining. There was a part where they battled each other. They said fuck their opponents. It was fire. I was watching. I recorded myself like trying to do reactions.
Yeah.
But it's natural. So the camera's like kind of like not even on my face the whole time. Like, cause I'm just I'm just watching. And so I'm gonna put it out. But I can, as I'm watching, like some of the shit that they were saying was just so.
Nah, Lux is fucking
Lux is a
ancient. That
fucking
nigga's a
alien, yo.
beast.
He's a beast.
He's a
He
fucking
deserves to
monster.
be on that list because real talk.
Yes.
And this is also giving props to Flex, right? Flex made his platform where Flex's freestyle platform is, it's something in hip hop.
Oh, yeah.
Like we watch it, we look for it. You know, like yeah. Shout out to Flex for also maintaining, dominating the industry as long as he has, and recreating himself and reinventing himself to where his platform, even though sometimes he be whack with his own like responses to the bars, and he don't seem like totally authentic with it in my opinion. As a sidebar, the platform is something that is very respected. I look at it as something, and I feel like when you go on there you have to kill. And Lux, outside of battle of Black Thought, to me Lux had the top freestyle of 2018 outside of Black Thought. So I gave Black Thought the edge, but Lux went ham on Flex's joint, and you can just see it. His writing is at another level,
It's
yo.
upper echelon rap.
It's upper
different.
echelon.
It's
That's
different.
why sidebar.
What is up? What like?
It's
define
like
that for me.
It's like
It's,
I wish
it's-
I
it's
wrote
6
down
months
the
later.
bars.
It's 6 months later bars where you 6 months later you in the middle, you in the store and you like, oh shit.
that
this
you like
nigga
he said that.
Like,
then
that's
it's
what he was
also
talking about.
bars that no matter how many times you hear them, every time you're amazed.
Learning
Like
something new.
this is crazy.
When
Like
you
if I was
know
to
the words,
recite
but you
something
ain't
to you
really know
right
it.
now, you'll be like, just as a writer, just as someone who reads, you'll be like, this is fire. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a dope writer. You know what I'm saying?
It's literary elements. It's
Yes.
metaphors. It's similes. It's foreshadowing. It's personification. It's shit like that. Like these niggas is rapping the simple. I'm hot like fire. Like nah, this nigga is like there's literary.
I wanna
literary
play
elements
something.
in his shit. Like
One part, and I was just like,
it's different levels. to it.
he
It's
spits
triple entendres.
double, right.
It's shit coming back. Like it's different.
It's
levels
just
to this
different,
shit.
yo. And
Like, it's
watching them
surgical.
together, that's why sidebar. This is my rant. Also, when I saw that Chess and Rock said, I watched the interview, 15 Minutes of Fame, and Chess.
Is anybody gonna keep it real though?
Yo,
is
but
anybody
no,
ever kept it real?
No,
Like,
but you
yo,
don't
I
have
lost.
no, because they didn't ask him if you think you won. Why y'all had to even say anything? They
Guilty
did really
conscience.
well. They had 4 days prep. Chess came last minute. 4 days. They did phenomenal.
Yeah, for 4
but y'all
days.
lost.
Yeah. But I think putting somebody up against technicians like Hollow and Lux with 4 days, That's a recipe for disaster. So you're not coming up with shit.
And you know what happened? You know what happened when you see it? What
He's too
happened
clever.
after the first round? Because their first round, they had fire energy. I was talking mad shit. After Chess and Rock went, I'm like, yo, that's what I'm talking about. Young boys with that young boy energy. Yo, Loaded Hollows better respond with the same energy. They responded not only with the same energy, but better material. And you know what happened in the second round? Chess and Rock, their energy went down. That kind of seemed like y'all felt defeated.
They probably led with their best shit because they knew their shit was weak.
But once
so
they
it's like,
heard
damn,
their shit,
we
it
gotta
took
come.
them out of their psyche. Real talk, no lie. I got to keep bringing this up because I did it live when I was watching it. Rock hugged Lux during his round.
Yeah,
Why are you
I
hugging
seen
him?
you say
I
that.
kept
was
saying
like,
that.
what?
Yo, he kept
What was the
dapping him.
context,
You know
though?
when
When niggas
No.
said a hot ball and he just dapped through with it, like, nah,
Yeah.
fuck that, nigga.
Yo, I said the same thing. I'm like, yo.
Maybe it was just in the moment, like he's like, yo.
No,
he's
I'm
on
not
the
knocking
stage
it,
Shit was
but
too
that,
fire.
but that
on stage
gives
with a
credence
grape.
to an L.
Yeah.
You don't hug your opponent during your round if you're not moved by what he's saying. Hugging, for one, they were dapping, like good shit, like yo, you're killing it right now, right? But you're also conceding to a loss. If you're killing me, right? We're battling, and I'm like, yo, my man, yo, you're killing me.
You
know
basically
what
like,
I'm saying?
yeah, you saying I lost.
You saying I lost?
I don't think so.
Yes, you know why?
don't know. To
You're
me.
only not saying you lost if it's mutual. So in your round, if I don't do the same thing, it's an
I don't
L.
know. I think of sports too. Like, I mean, you had 30.
Basketball, they don't do that shit
You
until
know.
after the game, B.
Son, you know, I don't.
After the game.
No, you know why? LeBron James, he did it. I think it was 2013,
During the game?
2012. Yes. Paul George, he dunked on, I think, Chris Anderson. And then I think during halftime, whatever, he gave him a dap. I think right after the dunk, he gave him a dap.
I've said multiple times on this platform, bro, I'm
Like-
doing whole shit. Niggas know, son. Even after
So-
the game, I'm not shaking hands, bro. I hate you.
I
The
mean-
next day, maybe we could say, yo, that was good or whatever,
I'm not
but ain't no
doing
fucking,
that.
I'm not damming up
Angry.
shit. Fuck you. Well, whatever.
But
If
the
this
one,
competition is I want you to die.
I feel you.
literally.
I'm like that too. But
fuck you.
at that time, I'm not gonna hold you because I guess everybody knows how critical I am of LeBron. At that time, I thought that was a bit admirable of him.
Fuck that.
I thought that was.
He did what during the game?
He just
though?
pretty much gave him a dap, like, yo, you like.
That
don't give a
happens.
fuck.
It's a
You feel what I'm
rarity,
saying?
though.
Nah,
So
fuck
Who
that.
won that game?
I think Indiana. I think Indiana won that game,
And they
Fuck
lost?
that.
and they lost the series.
If
No,
you-
so LeBron lost.
LeBron lost that game, but they won the series. It was in the playoffs.
I'm all of the model.
No, but
of-
that game he lost.
Yeah.
So that, again, he's giving props
No,
while
but
taking an L.
they were winning in halftime, but it was just weird. Like that's I don't feel like I don't think there's anything
That's
wrong
good
with it. I guess what I'm saying.
sportsmanship. No, I'm not saying
Yeah, don't
no.
But I don't think it's also conceding as well. I'm just thinking it's just
No, it's
acknowledging.
different in battle rap. That's what makes battle rap where it's similar to every sport, but it's not quite. It's its own sport because if
Yeah.
there are battles where both teams, both opponents rather, give dap for fire bars. They do it all the time, and that's why
As they should.
the fans complain like,
That's a human
get that.
element, though.
Right, it is. The fans complain like, get that shit out of here or whatever, right?
I ain't giving
But
that
it's
shit.
different if your energy is at max.
Okay, superhero.
And then your opponent goes, and then when you go, your energy goes down. And then when your opponent goes, you start dapping. It's like, I'm taking this L.
Because
classy,
that shit was
like-
good.
That's how it looks.
It's a classy L.
You can't tell her how she interpreted the shit. That's how it looked from you watching.
Right.
That's
Because
how it
I
looked,
watched
like,
it. I
No,
watched
that's
how
fine.
they was
But
up,
I'm just saying,
and then
like,
it went
it's,
down.
It's,
then it was
fine
like,
to do that.
no, I have no problem
No,
doing
that's
that.
what I'm saying,
But
but-
during this particular battle,
No
I
hands
did. I
side.
was saying, I was acting more. I did have a problem with it because it was seeming like y'all still in the games. Why?
Yeah.
Why? I kept saying that in the, like while I'm watching it. Why are you fucking hugging him?
Yeah, word.
What are you hugging him for? Like, nah.
Oh, so that
son.
was like second round, not third round shit.
Second round.
Oh,
And they was
okay.
more than once, Chess and Rock, they both dapped Lux during the battle. That is saying that your bars are so fire. And to me, based on their material, not Lux, I'm saying based on Chess and Rock, and you're also dapping, it's conceding to a loss because you're like, I'm not going to take like a, you know, because some battlers below have the tight face like,
Yeah.
man, fuck these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Because that's whack. That makes you more of a loser if you have the tight face. So it's like, you know what? This dude, he killing us right now. They didn't say that, but they like, yo.
I definitely know they thinking that though. They definitely
Mad
thinking
people.
that.
One dude said, "My peoples." He was like, "Yo, they was looking at Lux like he was Michael Jackson. They was in awe
It was probably in that zone. And
because he was phenomenal.
Nah,
I was
that.
tracking
it was
it.
like
I was
his raps is like that.
I was tracking it on Twitter because I was trying to watch it on Watch Battle Rap Live or whatever that website, and it was giving me such a hard time. I had Bryce in my hand. He was looking at me like I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Which
were
I
you
didn't.
streaming it from?
I was trying to stream it from my smart TV, and I was trying to go on.
You had the direct. No, but where were you playing it?
I was trying to after I realized like it may give me trouble from
The
my
best
TV.
connection
I was trying to
is
do
from
it
your
from my
phone to your TV
Yeah.
with the HDMI joint.
Yeah, so that's probably why.
Because my
was all
people's
fucked
had it
up.
from their computer, and doing it from Wi-Fi was not working.
Yeah, it was a lot. I think they need to like either just have it like drink like live stream on like something.
No, you have to have it with
That's crazy.
the
though.
cord from. It has like you can't do it just using the Wi-Fi.
But you
because for
feel what
some-
I'm saying? Like,
right, it
it's
kept
like-
stopping. Like you mean that? Like
No,
it
I'm
was-
just saying I couldn't get into it either way. But I was just thinking like
Oh.
I think moving forward maybe they should like try like a different platform where everybody don't have to use like some type of extra thing to get it connected. Just
Well,
put
no,
it out
I mean
there.
if you watch, it's online, so you have to.
I don't
use
know.
It.
It was just I don't know. It was just fucking me up because I was really beasting to watch it and all this shit I was going through. I couldn't watch it. So yeah, it was good to know that you saw it.
Yeah.
I'm hating a little bit.
Yo, Jersey, Twerk, and
Were they really that good?
they were fire. The best
The
2-on-2
Monstars.
performances to me with the best chemistry, the best everything. First of all, the best hands down, first best was John and Hitman. They were phenomenal together, yo.
They were better than Loaded Lux. Individually, Loaded Lux had the best night, or
To me, John and Hitman should always like they were like the epitome of performance and bars, because Hitman is an ultimate performer. John, it's like they performed the schemes and the bars to the max because now they came together.
they pretty much maximize on their strength.
Hitman is such a phenomenal performer, like where his talent is to me the pauses. Like I remember one time when I used to like pursue rap and I was in the studio, producer was like, you know, the money is in the pause. Like when you're recording, if you know how to like properly stop at different pockets of the beat,
Hov is a master of that.
that's where that's where the money is. And even without a beat, that's where the money is. I feel like Hitman, he knows exactly how to say the shit. Like it could be something light, but he'll pause and then just say the shit and the crowd will go retarded. Also, Twerk the same. Yo, Twerk and Suge were really, really good together. Twerk jumped over Suge mid-battle. That was retarded.
So that was the
The
Monstars,
guys were
though.
performing like they were doing. Even Hollow did some windmill shit. They were doing mad like acrobatics and shit on stage.
I saw one scheme with Chess and Terra with the whole shells, and they actually dropped. Did they actually
That was
drop
fire.
shells?
They dropped shells and the crowd went retarded. That
I'm
was
like,
fire.
That's crazy. Did they hear that?
That was their first round, and to me, their first round was really, really fire. But
I heard Marv won and they choked. I heard they did bad.
first of all, Twerk and Suge battled Marv 1
Yeah.
and Quest McCody, and Marv 1 and Quest McCody got bodied, yo. No, but the thing about it is, in my opinion, so everyone's kept saying that Marv 1 and Quest McCody, they're the godfathers of the 2-on-2. They kind of started it. But what I got from them, the material they had was fire, but they didn't have mainstream aura. So it wasn't landing on it. You battling in front of 3,000 people, yo. It's a different. You gotta turn up. They were like, they could rap. They're rapping. The bars were fire, but that stage is about performance. You know what I'm saying? This is where it goes hand in hand. You have to have both. You have to be able to, like a Hitman, pause, let the bar drop. You know what I'm saying? Like feel the crowd. You know, bring it back. Speaking of bringing it back,
Does that matter in your top 10?
Top 50.
it does. Performance does matter in battle rap.
Just lyrics.
But my only issue with John and Hitman is that, yo, they kept bringing it back, and that shit was fucking annoying. I hate
Oh,
when
yeah, I hate when
why
they
you
keep
gotta go
bringing it
all the way back?
Because niggas only remember the verse from those points. So when the shit stop, they gotta go all
That
the way
part.
to the
Time
end.
out. Even though I didn't get a chance to watch it, I follow via Twitter. The joint, because of that, it made me think that's probably the reason why they ended. They had to end before the last battle because they was like they didn't start on time. I heard.
Well, they started on time enough because if the event started at 3, they started like 4, which is still relatively on time because no event says the doors it starts at 3 and we start exactly at 3. Like people have to get there, we have to get people ushered in. It's a whole process. So to me, I was shocked that they actually started at 4:00.
I was shocked at the whole time, the whole shit that them doing it in North Carolina. Like,
Why?
Because I'm thinking something like that, man. You got to bring that to the essence. Bring that. You got to leave that in New York, man.
No, you're right.
Like something like that. All those names, and then like, nah. That's a New
My
York-
only
that's a New
issue
York
was I was
crowd.
beefing at first because they threw the ladies on first. But if you heard,
Like I said, follow through Twitter. I heard
40
official and
well, because E-Hart and 40 forfeited the third round. They didn't do it at all. My only issue, because that's the battle I missed, because
Why?
to me they started on time. My only issue is that to me it was a lot.
That's cute.
Yeah, she put it there.
Oh,
yeah.
God bless you, man. 'Cause I
To
don't have
me-
that kind of energy.
It was a lot of
Thank you.
Take your Tootie Facts of Life shirt.
it was a lot riding on this battle
Take the good. You take the
for
bad.
women, and it was kind of like I was like on my way to watch when I heard that they forfeited, and I'm like, really?
Did you get context as to why, or was it that bad of a beatdown that they forfeited?
No, she did an interview. She said that okay, first
Wait,
she
explain
stumbled.
what happened. Sorry.
Okay, yeah. So she
Yeah.
stumbled.
We don't do a great job of explaining what happens to the people that don't be knowing.
Well,
she
I don't-
choked and stumbled in the second round.
Yeah.
Allegedly, she had a prop for round 3, and the prop wasn't there.
Oh.
So she didn't want to do round 3 without the prop because she was already fucking up. So she just
It
tossed
was
it
a
out.
prop though. What was the?
So this
Well, it was
was-
a person.
This
oh,
was
the
E
person that
Hart.
wasn't there.
This is 40. And E Hart, in my opinion, when she was interviewed, she could put it all on 40. She was like, it's 40's fault. I thought that was whack. As your team member.
Well,
Would you just throw it on your team?
I mean, she did say
I mean, you can clearly see it's her fault because she's the one who's choking.
So why is she wrong for saying it's her fault?
Your team members, yo.
I'm sorry, but if you fucking
It's
up
also
and
your
you-
fault because you knew, you had to know before your battle that she was 100%. You know your partner. You know you know how much work y'all put into
That's
to
true.
practice.
That's true too.
Probably thought the
we're a team.
prop was gonna be there though.
That's true.
Probably thought they probably said, "Yo, I'm on my way. I'm gonna be there."
But
So
I'm
they,
quite
"Aight,
sure
aight,
she
by
didn't
the
think
time
that she
we-"
was going to forfeit.
But that doesn't give the ladies a good look because they're
At
already
all.
trying to fight for their place and
Yo,
you know what I'm saying. So for some shit like that to happen,
I should have wrote this
It's
down,
kinda
but
fucked
official
up.
set a bar that was so fire.
she's nice. I wonder if she needs to get signed.
Yo,
I like
because
her
she
rap.
said something about it was a jean bar. It was something about denim because I guess they call New Orleans is the boot.
Yeah,
She did like a boot cut denim jean shit. Shit was fire.
Okay.
Shit was
she's
fire.
nice, yo. Like she's dead nice. She's nice.
Word. So overall, I feel like it was good. I wasn't really. Everyone keeps asking me about Geechee and
I heard they
Rum
were
Nitty.
okay. I heard they were good.
people like that battle. I wasn't really and versus NWX. I
How were
don't
they?
know.
How were they?
That battle, I don't know. They be like, not just them, but certain material of the new era, it loses me. It doesn't entertain me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say I'm not going to put nothing on them. I wasn't entertained that battle was not doing it for me. And I came mid-battle for that, but it wasn't pulling me in. And that's why when Loaded Hollows went, it was like, this is the all-star game right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the one. Like, this is This is everything. This is entertainment. This is bars. This is like.
You didn't feel that with Clips Goods versus
Hitman
and John.
To me, that's the best back and forth. That was the best back and forth. A lot of people are saying Chess and Rock versus Loaded Hollows was the best back and forth, but not to me. I felt like Loaded Hollows clearly upstaged them, like all 3 rounds.
You don't think it was a good back and forth? Like, how do you? But that's the thing with battle. How do you judge the back and forth? Do you judge it by the crowd reaction? Do you?
No, I judge it by my reaction. Like I would judge it. Are you entertaining me? Like, are you saying shit that makes me go like, damn? If
and that's what
to
I'm
me.
saying.
To me, Loaded Hollows made me. I was doing that nonstop. So to me, it's on the job of their opponent to make me do the same thing. If you're not giving me that same thing, then I don't think that's a dope back and forth. I think the best back. All right. So case in point, Charlie Clips stole the show in the 3rd round. But real talk, John and Hitman. Sidebar: I did not know that their name of the team was called Bald Game.
Oh, I thought it was multiple remixes.
Nah, Bald Game.
That's funny, Bald Game, because they both bald.
Right. They were really, really a dope. They were a dope team, and they clearly were winning, and so Charlie stepped up in the 3rd round, and they won. Charlie won. I mean, Charlie and Clips won. They were entertaining. It was a good back. If I'm saying good back and forth, but every round was edged by John and Hitman until the 3rd. I was calling. I'm like, yo, Hitman. I mean, Charlie would have to do 3 haymakers right now to really win, and he did that. You know, he did some vegetable line. It was fire. You know, so.
That's what's up.
But they still lost.
Oh.
I'm saying Clips and Goods still lost to me, clearly.
Oh, but you just said that for him, he did 3 haymakers.
Just to like score.
Oh,
They're losing. They lost the first 2 rounds clearly because they were good. They were funny, entertaining, but Hitman and John had dope. They had bars. If you got bars and performance and teamwork, you gotta match that. That's my only thing. Like, you can't just win with jokes if the bars aren't there. Like, they had some bars, but Hitman and John had like haymakers.
When it's the 2-on-2, you gotta be cohesive. Like, you can have the dopest verses individually, but if you don't come with that team shit, then it don't really rock.
Nah, chemistry is necessary.
You gotta have it.
But sidebar, just a little rant, because I saw somebody put that Jazz and Official was ass as a 2-on-2. Now, I watched like half of their first round, and I thought they were pretty good. You know, and I just want to say that because the guy who said it, I'm like, I saw a 2-on-2 where you battled 2 girls, and so are you trying to say that you could beat them? I always go with that. Like, don't talk shit about the girls if you can't beat them. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't say that they ass is like a reach. Like, ass, he had an issue with them. They kept saying each other's bars. Mm-hmm. So when Jazz would say a bar, Official was saying it with her. Just for emphasis, and also it's probably easier to kind of say your own part that way. Like, if we're rhyming together, if I say your bars with you, then I can just go into my bars. You know what I'm saying? It's probably, they are new to it, so it probably was like it's a little trick. But to say that they were asses is like, stop it, dude. I seen you in a 2-on-2 and you would not beat them.
So this is
you know what I'm saying?
It's a fellow rapper.
Whenever rappers like get at girls in particular, I just feel like, okay, well, so what are you saying? Are you saying that you're better than them? Like, what are you saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't say that they're ass though. They were good.
They feel threatened.
So overall, you thought it was a dope, like.
Yeah, overall. The last part is that Mook.
Yeah, he didn't get a chance to.
Yeah, Mook and
I saw something.
Calico.
I saw something funny on Twitter though. Since I was keeping up through Twitter, one dude said, the only thing that's good about this whole event is the fact that I don't have to sit through a 30-minute round by Murder Mook. That was funny. I thought it was.
But I was eager to see how they would have done.
I don't know, cause T-Top and Briz, man, they like Briz itself. I feel like he's coming up. Like he's like the people's champ. I always call people that who like they garner all the respect from the fans. Like, he's the people's champ. Like,
I think it's whack.
His past couple battles.
If they were in their hometown and they didn't get to perform.
I think that's whack too.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I think that's whack too. But I wonder when are they going to do a small room? Do you know?
They should have did it outside. I heard they wanted to.
That's crazy, man.
But
Well, shout out to Smack, man, and that whole summer impact. I'll definitely give it a look see.
It was a success.
I'll check it out.
Am I crunching?
Yeah, that was
Oh,
crazy.
sorry. I'm like dead in the mic, like nom.
Speaking of, I listened to us on episode 42.
Yeah, it was the
It was
munchies.
real.
That was probably
I was
me.
like, damn.
That's probably me.
I was like, the audience do not deserve that shit.
That was me.
Speaking of rappers, though, hold up. Just to go back to, I'm sorry, my list, right?
Oh boy.
I'm sorry. I had who I had the Rod Digger thing because I want to go back to that because it goes to your stance on women in battle rap and hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was just so surprised by the level of what the fuck.
I don't think people heard enough though. Like
But-
if you wasn't really looking for it while I was out, then you could have not heard it.
No, these are
Digger,
coming.
Wait,
Digger.
sorry,
First
surprised
name
about what?
Rashida.
Sorry, the people don't know what we talking about.
Sweetest person
Digger,
had
that
no
people-
idea.
A lot of people probably wasn't listening. Like if you wasn't actively searching for her shit, you
But
could have
these are
missed it.
people. These are people who are like hip hop, quote, I put in air quotes, hip hop heads, and that's the thing. Like, don't talk hip
heads
hop
don't
and
be
then don't
listening
know.
to everything though.
But
It's
don't.
very
Then you're not a
rare.
hip hop
You're not a
head. That's
hip-hop
like
head,
saying you a
man.
sneakerhead and you only rock Shacks. Like you not a.
Nah,
you're
but
not a
guys, you don't
sneakerhead.
listen to everything. People don't be listening to everything.
But
bro.
that's not what a hip hop head is. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop heads, they listen to everything. They
I
listen
think
to
there's a
everybody
lot of
from Ab
false
Soul.
claiming of that.
I mean, that's just my definition.
Like-
You know, I feel you. But I was just so taken back by the hate that.
I could see it. What
Rod
I'll
Digger
say is I could see how you could have missed it. If you listened to Rod Digger and then you said it was whack, I'd be like, nah, bro. Like you really don't know rap because her shit was
And she
fucking bar for
ran
bar.
with
She was
the
crazy.
Jersey kids.
That's what I'm
wasn't
saying.
it?
So
That's
how
what
can
I'm
you
saying,
not?
yeah.
Like you.
So maybe you missed it. Nah, bro.
She
there's
was
people that
stand
missed
by
it,
some
bro.
nice dudes, yo.
And then she was always on the radio, like, y'all people want to get down, y'all suckers want to battle. Say what y'all want to do.
Was she though? She wasn't always.
That was always on the radio.
son.
The funny thing is, like, I don't even know her from that song. I know her from like the Whoa remix. I know her from her Dirty Harry album.
Harriet?
Yeah, Dirty Harry. I know her from that
Fire.
album. Like,
That
that's
album was
crazy
fucking
though.
Fire, bro.
But whatever.
I
I just
mean-
don't. With that, it made me. To your point, it made me realize like women have such an uphill battle as far as proving themselves in a male-dominated, you know what I'm saying, arena. Because the fact that I don't think they overlooked. They just said it was just the fact that she's a woman, and I put her up there amongst
She
the
raps
men.
way better than
She
dudes.
was high on my list.
Fuck about girls.
Yo,
she raps way better than
low-key
dudes,
on that.
bro.
Yeah, she's a rapper.
What's that song with her and Lauren? She kind of got Lauren on that record.
I don't remember.
On the Fuji shit, where it's her and Lauren going back and
Yeah.
forth on Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Where her and Lauren
Cowboys.
go back
Wild
and forth
Cowboys. That's what it's called.
And Clef and
She
and,
kinda
what's her
edged
name go? Yeah,
Lauren,
she
yo.
did. She did.
It's called Wild Cowboys. Go look that up.
I
On the
won't
score.
know it.
I just wasn't.
They got,
I wasn't familiar with the name of the song, but you think she has that?
She
Even
had-
back then, she
I think
did.
she had the best verse, period, on Cowboys. I'm gonna keep it funk.
We gotta
John
listen to it again.
Forte. It was John Forte and Clef, and then Prize went back and forth with, I can't remember. And then Lauren went back and forth with Rod Digger. I think Rod Digger had the best verse.
I just thought it was just crazy, the disrespect. And then when you went on, I thought you was gonna go on your rant when she was like she can rap, but I was like,
Who? Rod Digger?
yeah, when you put that on, put the comment up. But I was just like, it's whatever, man. Certain conversations, I'm like, I'm gonna just let it rock because you're gonna have a stipulation with anybody's list. Like I'm sure when you put up a
gotta
list,
see who you're talking to.
Yeah.
Too, like because if they don't really, a lot of times people give their opinion from a standpoint of maybe hearing of someone, but not really knowing their body of work. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh yeah, I know her, but nah, she's not fucking with him. How do you know? You never even heard her shit.
Exactly.
and I think
That's
You
what
know what
most
I'm
people,
saying?
I think, make their
And I
opinions
guess
on.
I don't know. I guess also putting this list together, it just made me feel like I think it's just so dope that everybody has these different set of ears that music triggers them in different ways. Like your list is gonna be different than mine, and I'm curious to know why you chose that list. Like I was just open to that. Like I just never knew the severity of like lists and like the I guess you need to be very particular as how you rank them. It was just for me, it's just a matter of my ear and what my metric was in
Because
choosing
we
a
live
list.
selfishly in the world.
I mean,
And I don't say that like as anything wrong. I think
that's all good.
over the past couple of years, I've just been like more enlightened to how connected we are with ourselves and how disconnected we are from the rest of the world. We are as humans. So like, because of course everybody else would like see, like would rank a different artist as their best artist compared to us, right? Because they have their own experiences. But it just reminds you of how much we live in our heads.
Definitely.
Facts.
But it's also good to see what's in other people's heads when they do things like this, which is cool. I thought it was dope.
And that's if we challenge ourselves to do that.
Always.
Because otherwise, like, people be looking at people like they're crazy.
Prince, the best
crazy.
rapper. Prince got verses on Diamonds and Pearls. when he had the gun mic, remember?
Oh, my, yeah.
Ooh, get the Prince 16.
Speaking of, I guess keep it on the wavelength for rap. Like these two rappers, they didn't make my list, but you had a lot to say about them. Raine, the better rapper, Ross, or the Game, or some people. Or where did that come from?
Where did that come from? I
don't
know
know.
Joe Budden did a podcast on
Yeah.
it. And I'm not sure why people were talking about that, but Game to me is clearly the better rapper, but Ross
though?
makes the better music.
How though?
I think Game can rap. Ross can rap too, but I can see Game. See, when I say rap, I feel like it's people that I can hear on the street corner and spit their rhymes and
And
niggas
it
will
just
go
sounds
crazy.
dope. It
But
just
I don't
sounds
see
dope.
Ross necessarily spitting those like that.
I ain't a crazy fan of neither one of them, so I feel like I'm being completely like neutral with it. Like
Okay.
I don't have favoritism towards either one of those, but what I will say is that the fact that there was kind of an architect for your whole thing that got you accepted, Game. Yeah, I gotta kind of give the nod to Ross because like you were still the architect for all your shit. You was creating the angle, you created the sound.
here's a
you
question,
created the
right?
cadence. Like 50 basically gave you a fucking a coloring book with the numbers, you know, non-blue.
But he didn't
But
give him
that's
the
as
skill
far
to rap
as
though.
presentation and production of his album.
That's like
But Game could rap.
He didn't give him the skill to rap though.
That's like
Game can
75%
rap.
of it. You ain't
But he
hear,
can rap,
you
though.
ain't hear no Game verses before 50. You ain't hear no Game verses
I guess-
before 50
but why
because
does
them
that
shits
matter?
wasn't
Yeah,
even
why does
coming
that
out.
matter?
Why does that matter?
But here's my thing though.
Best rapper.
But Rick Ross was not
You
rapping
didn't
like
hear his raps until somebody else choreographed and orchestrated your whole shit.
No, but
But
I guess like,
they
if
gave
you
him a
evaluate
frame.
it
He gave him a
independently.
frame for a song and told him to add his verses. That's not the same.
Yo,
So you
all
judging
of
by
that-
That's what I'm
one
trying to
track?
say. It's
the whole-
music.
no, not one track. That whole first Game album were throwaway 50 songs. Those were the songs that didn't make them 50 albums. They already had hooks and beats, and 50 gave him those instrumentals with hooks on them. And basically the premise, this is the song premise, this is the hook, you go write 16s. And then we accepted him off of that.
What's
so
that?
like, I'm not going to give you the nod of you being a better rapper over somebody who completely created their own shit, especially me as a rapper. Like, you had a coloring book, bro. You just filled it in, like, based on somebody that really sat with a blank canvas and came up with their own shit. I'm not giving you nods over him at all.
Nah, I think his skill supersedes what 50 may have contributed to his
think
album. Because the funny thing is when they got into it, that's what made me realize your Game is nothing to be fucked with. He can rap. When he did that 400 bars, some shit, 500 bars, them shit was crazy.
I never liked none of them shits.
I just
Them
thought that
shits
shit was
nigga rapping
poppin'.
for 27 minutes. Yo, I used to be like, yo, this
only
shit
thing-
is super.
you know what he
corny.
did?
To rap
He
for
used-
27
No, but he
minutes.
That
used
don't
to.
make it
That don't
high.
make nothing. That don't make
That don't
nothing.
make it high.
I wasn't done.
Like, that don't make
But no,
it high,
he
bro.
used
To me, to
he's
rap
a
for
name
20
dropper though. He would just
true.
drop
Mad corny.
mad niggas'
Mad
names
corny.
and niggas like, oh, that's fire. Why? Because he said Hove.
In 99, when the Bulls was winning the championship, I was with Dre. He had just dropped. Shut
That's
up,
a good
nigga.
impersonation,
That
though.
shit be whack, son. I don't, son. I can't get you. I don't really fuck with Ross like that, but
I feel
I'm not
you.
gonna give you the nod over somebody that created their whole own shit,
He was
bro.
spitting that in 27 minutes. I don't know.
Son, like you was like niggas didn't even know like even your persona was created from G Unit. That's not even who you was. Like keep shit totally.
So
fucked.
speaking
Niggas
for
get beef,
after,
whatever.
so
but
when he
like,
bounced G Unit, what like
you
post
ran
G-Unit?
with the same persona.
I
You was
don't
on
think
some
so.
stripper eye piercing shit before 50 came. He was signed to what's the name before 50 even got there.
So his persona.
You were just on the show for so long, we didn't know where to go with you. 50 came, blew up, and then it was like, yo, we need a G-Unit West person. We got this person on the shit already. You can lift a couple weights. You can take your shirt off. We gonna put you on. You gonna get this stamp.
So you think he got his skill from 50? That's what you're saying.
He got his
Not
okay from 50.
but
You
So
gotta
I'm
stand.
talking about skill.
Let's not front
but
like he
again-
raps like Banks.
but
Like
again,
you
you
hear the
guys-
game verse and you like nigga.
But we talking
like,
about
son,
we
don't rap
comparing it
like
to
that.
Rick Ross. Like compared to Rick Ross, he
But
can
again,
rap.
y'all are evaluating a couple of different things.
What do
right?
you
So
mean?
it won't matter until you guys are aligned about what you're evaluating because
I don't think.
he's sitting here speaking about lyrics, right?
No, he's
or
not.
Excuse me, lyrics stamp. But
Neither
you
one of
ended the
them got
conversation.
crazy lyrics to me, is what I'm saying. So we got to judge them on different shit. It's not like you listen to either one of their verses and being like,
I
"Woo,
feel like
oh
with
my
Game-
God, I got to bring that back." It's
I
like,
listen to Game. I listen to Game's Jesus Peace album, which I think is his best album that he's came out with. I listen to Game. I listen to Rick Ross's albums too. I think Game, he challenges
Please
himself.
don't say that publicly. Oh, my
I
bad.
listen to both albums.
Sorry. No, Rick Ross. My bad.
I listen. I do. I mean,
Put a Molly in a girl's drink and she didn't even know it.
well, I didn't like that song.
Are you
Rick Ross
stamping
makes
that?
good music, I will
Hashtag
say
He
just
that.
saying.
does. I mean, I'm
His
just.
album right now. You heard his
Okay,
album?
he might make hot music, but he's
Nah,
still
it's pretty
he's
I
good.
think Game challenges himself more than Rick Ross is lyrically. Like he challenges himself to, push the. I mean,
like
push
getting
his,
on
push
But
his
here's
Blueface
one
talent.
records
thing.
trying to rap
Rick
like
Ross was
Blueface.
not rhyming like this with
I don't.
his first album.
I ain't listen to the
Kind of
recent
was
Game
though. He
album.
Was
kind of
he?
hasn't changed. I don't think he's changed up at all. I think
He
he's
was
the
rhyming
same
way
cadence.
slower. Every day I'm hustling.
I think it's the same cadence basically. He switched it up a little bit, but it's the same shit. But I give credit to creating your own shit, whether it's fake, whether it's fabricated, whatever. I don't co-sign the. I'm a CEO and then I'm pumping the most bricks. I'm fucking Tony Montana type shit. I don't co-sign that, but I'm not going to give the nod to somebody who didn't even create their own shit to somebody that did. Like you just running with the same shit. Like you just was G-Unit West,
But
bro.
did he create his own shit? Because if you be real, like he talking about selling drugs and all that shit. Like we got Pusha, who was rapping like
But
that.
to say that somebody did that
Right.
before, there's no persona, there's no gangster rap persona that hasn't been done before. Everybody's persona has been done before.
I'm just
We're
speaking
not
on
gonna
the
say
fact you
that.
said original, like to
Nah,
be original.
no, bro.
Be the first.
Your whole album was given to you as a skeleton with the beats, with the premises, with the hooks, and all you did was write 16s, bro.
But I'm just talking about Ross because you said Ross was more original. So I'm
Ross?
like, but I've heard that before.
No.
But I like the way he sounds when he
Ross
does
was
it.
not given 16 beats with hooks, with
He
premises,
made them
and
turn to
told to
creativity.
write verses. Like maybe that doesn't resonate with you, but as a rapper, that's somebody did half your homework and then you just came in and skimming. He completely created all of that shit. I'm
we
creating the
can't-
premises, I'm creating the hooks, I'm creating the flows, I'm creating all of this. 50 is giving you songs, fully made songs, and you just like
So we can't say that
tracing, outlining.
So we can't say that Game grown after the whole 50 experiment.
He might have, but what I'm saying
Don't
is
say he
somebody
might
gave
have.
you.
Come on,
I
man.
haven't seen much growth since that first album. You haven't come like went crazy and just pushed the envelope crazy. You didn't do an
But he
Andre
kept it,
3000.
but he
It's the
kept-
same fucking
But
album, bro.
He kept
I
it
don't think
going though without 50 though.
What I'm saying is somebody created this shit.
So they
Somebody,
taught him, they taught him.
somebody created your whole shit. Before 50 got there, you was on the shelf for years. There was no way to package you. You took 50's packaging for all of that shit and you ran with it. Is it still successful now? Yeah, because we in a place where if you have a certain level of notoriety, you can just exist. But like, is Game hot now? No.
So what does Ross do better than Game?
Create his own shit. Rap. Be creative.
You know, Ross, what he does better than Game.
No, I'm just saying, what does he do better to make
So
him
what's
better?
your thoughts on his new album?
Great. I listened to it. It was cool.
It was good to me.
It was. I can. Since he named the Port of Miami too, what I do, I listened to the first one and I compared it. I like the first one better. The tracks on it didn't really resonate with me like the first one did when I heard the first one. I mean, it was cool. It wasn't a bad album because he doesn't make bad albums, but it just wasn't better than the first one.
I'm not crazy about that album. I'm not crazy about none of Ross albums. I'm not no crazy Ross fan like that at all. But I'm not going to give you the nod over somebody who created their own shit. This is a
Do you think he's
creative,
lyrical?
artistic market. Who?
Ross.
No.
No?
I don't think neither one of them really are.
You don't think Ross is lyrical?
Not really. Like, I'm not blown away
I think
from
he's a
nothing that neither
lyricist.
one of them are saying.
I don't think he's
it's
a
okay.
lyricist. I just
Are
think
you
he's
terrible at rapping? No. Are you like Rich the Kid or one of them niggas, like when that play around, like I don't even know, but like are you like profound, like, you know, thought provoking, kind of push the envelope kind of shit? No. You got a good cadence. You can ride the beat. You want to talk about the same subject matter, whatever. That
I listen to
shit.
Ross more than I listen to Game, like essentially, because I love his albums more than I like Game's albums. But like Game he can rap though, man.
I ain't hear maybe as an artist that
He
shit
can
to
rap.
me is like somebody gave you
I mean,
the cheat sheet. I don't for your art. I don't.
it wasn't
give
all
you,
the
You wouldn't even give
songs.
us
It
a chance to
was.
listen to
You
what
said
they
a
say.
cheat sheet?
Yes, bro. The whole first Game album
That's
are
like-
old 50 Cent songs. You can go on
If
YouTube
50
and pull it up.
If 50 heard Reef, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, yo, I like how he rap.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give him these songs and let him rap to these songs. The hook is there, the beat is there. All he has to do is put his raps to these beats and to this beat in this song.
Right,
His
alternate
raps?
16s.
That's what
He gave
they
him
did.
16 songs, completed 50 Cent songs that
Hate
didn't
It
make
or
it.
No. So
Hate It or Love It is written by 50.
That's a 50 Cent song,
can hear
bro.
it.
Like,
Hate It or Love It, the underdogs on
So
top.
Game is responsible for his own lyrics. He just wrote his lyrics to the song.
Right.
He just had the hooks.
Right. And the beats.
the premise, the cadences, the hooks. That's a whole. You had a coloring book basically.
Okay, but he came with his own. Okay, the hooks, whatever. But he came with his own 16.
Again,
I'm
I
talking
said
about his-
before, maybe
I feel you. That's
you
on you.
not being an artist that doesn't
what's up.
resonate with you. You feel like that doesn't mean anything to me. That's everything.
I mean, I'm a writer. I'm an artist.
Give me
I'm a
some
poet.
game bars though.
What happened?
the
give me some
premise
game
of the
bars.
song,
I don't know. Off
the
the top
cadence,
of my head.
the hook. That's the whole fucking song, bro.
That's a part of it. If we can't name these guys bars, they're not as dope as we saying that they are.
Hey,
I'm just
saying.
not. Like,
I think he just exists because of notoriety. You a quote unquote legend in the game. You
well, I'm
been
not a
around for
major
minute, so, like,
game fan. I just think he's a better rapper than Ross.
You hear this
so
nigga on Blueface album trying to rap like Blueface? Shit
I
is
would have to listen to
fucking
Blueface to
comedy.
listen to
Like
Who?
Ross's Game is on Blueface album trying to rap like Blueface. This shit is the funniest shit I've ever heard in my fucking life. Like,
No lie though, Game's new song West Side is fire. It's hard,
I
yo.
haven't even heard it.
I got
New song. He sounds like he tapped into a little Tupac, a little Nipsey, but it's fire.
The black audience is different.
What do you mean?
Like the black audience is just very, very different. Like black audiences just like evaluate things a little differently. Black audiences could know that people have talent and not give a shit because they might value like credibility more or integrity more or struggle more.
There's definitely a level of integrity in hip hop music. It's not pop music. It's not like somebody can give you in pop. Somebody could do that. Give somebody a whole 16 songs with the hook, with the premise, and then you make your own shit and you get credit for that. In hip hop, absolutely not. You don't get full credit for that for me, because you got to be able to sing with that pop music. Rapping is just rapping. It's just talking. Everybody could talk. So somebody giving you the skeleton for your album.
So that pretty much wipes away his albums after that. Essentially,
Nah,
where's your stance
no,
on
it don't
Game?
wipe away. But am I going to give you the nod of being a better rapper than somebody who completely created their own shit, completely 100% organically on their own? Hell no, bro. You don't get the nod over somebody that did their own shit. That's the architect to their whole shit. Every song premise on their album, every hook, every bar, every you creating that shit. Hell no.
He wrote it. He just had help with the hooks. I mean, I'm just talking about the
Just
bars.
had help with the hooks. That's the
We don't
fucking
know.
song.
Maybe Rick Ross had help with his hook.
No,
You don't know
nobody
that?
gave him 16 hooks. These songs had hooks on them already.
You don't know that.
You do. 50 will tell you, like, yo, these were my songs that didn't make these
I'm
albums.
talking about Ross. You don't know if Ross had help with his hooks. We don't know that.
It ain't that. It
Not
ain't to
six-
that
not-
level,
not like-
bro.
Spoon fed.
Yes.
Now, I just think sometimes, Reef, when you like have like some type of like something that they with somebody you don't. I can't even talk.
I don't
man.
dislike him. I'm just
Like you
keeping
go
it
way
real.
off the top.
I mean, but you ain't no different. Both of
No,
y'all
no,
are
no,
the
not
same
like
thing.
that, man.
Bro,
Not like
because I
that.
think it's the essence. It's like, yo, I like him. I
hear you.
like this ball player, but this person made 50% of his baskets. Like, oh, nigga, what? Like, you ain't, son, you're not even making your own shit, bro. No, I can't give you the edge over somebody that's creating their own shit. This is a creative sport. We're talking about rap. We're talking about making your own shit. That's what you're getting the credit for. I'm gonna give you credit for making your own shit. You ain't even make your own shit.
I guess. I mean, he grew. I think after that, and you know.
I think it's the same shit. Your whole persona, you still the same person. You ain't doing Andre 3000. You still the same.
You know
you
why
still
I
the
say he
same
grew?
angle.
He wrote there's
It's
a
the same
song.
shit. You ain't Andre 3000, it, bro. You're not a complete different person.
He has a song on his album, Doctor's Advocate. It was very introspective. It was him, Marsha Ambrosius, and Nas. He's not gonna make that type of song when he was a junior. So I think with that, he grew. I think because he was just talking about certain things that he wouldn't talk about when he was a junior. So I just think that speaks to his growth as an artist outside of junior. I don't
He used
know.
to talk about that shit, the shit he had with Kanye. He was talking about all that shit. That dream, you had a dream, left eye had a dream. And
that shit was
It was the same
dope.
shit. And what I'm saying, that's the same shit he was making when he was with Gina. That's the first album.
What song was that?
This shit with Kanye. Dream, Aaliyah had a dream, left eye had a dream.
You seem to know that song really
Yeah,
well.
you know the song.
No,
I'm not going to speak on nothing I don't know. I'm not going to talk about all this
That's
shit if
real.
I don't know it.
Meaning,
Like, hell
it's
yeah, I
a
know
dope
it.
song. I don't know.
What I'm
I
saying is,
remember it,
there's
now
the
that you
same
say it, I
shit that
forget.
he was making from the first album. Ain't no really artistic growth. You the same artist. You didn't like.
You know what's
grow and
crazy?
become
It just
something.
hit me
It's the
like
same
we're
shit.
essentially talking about artists who I guess like they've made the same type of music, but but we're just comparing them as who's better. But they pretty much stayed in their same lane.
Yeah,
essentially,
absolutely.
Which
They both I still think make the same music that they been making when they first came out. The difference is Ross created that. Somebody
He
else
didn't-
gave you that and you ran with it. Ross created his own and been running
He's
with his
saying
own.
created
as far
his
as
own.
creativity,
But Ross
you
created
lose
what?
points for that.
Yeah, mad
Ross
points.
created his first album.
Yeah.
Game did not.
Okay, I'm thinking of created like as far as what he was rapping about. I'm like, he didn't create that. Like,
You
he didn't
know,
do that.
but I feel like it's unfair to evaluate that without evaluating the time period in which all artists entered,
that makes sense.
because
like
that
around the
evolves
same
over time,
time,
right?
right?
Nah,
They
it
within
wasn't
the same. They
time.
within 4 or
It's funny
5
because
years of each other.
it feels like it is around the same time, but I still feel like regardless, the full story matters, right? Because the reality is like Rick Ross. We just spoke about how Rick Ross's his career could have been non-existent if it is that he didn't tack on to whose notoriety. Who did he pick up beef with? 50 Cent.
Right.
So I feel like
definitely.
everyone's situation, just like y'all sat down there and said that Joe Buttons could have had a different type of career, like everyone's shit is painted differently. So I feel like it's so difficult to have this conversation without like being aligned about what it is that we're evaluating, because we will never agree because we feel like our shit, like what it is that we're evaluating is more important than the other person's. Henceforth, while I'll like posit again that we come up with a set of metrics.
Metrics are important.
They are important, but I just
parameters are necessary.
I like to have these conversations because I was curious to know as to why he thought he was better, and it's good to know those things.
Who
'cause
did Joe say?
Y'all don't be listening to one another.
No, I
well,
do.
Joe
I
said
do.
that Game is a better rapper, but
I can
he
see
prefers Ross's music.
I can see
I say
that.
the same thing.
As far
Yeah,
as
I say that
rapping,
too.
if I could judge like rapping, Game does rap better. But I'm not gonna give you the edge over somebody that created their own shit. I feel like you got.
Because
I
you
think-
don't
but what-
I give you
evaluate.
But it's
like,
As a
but,
rapper
but you're
myself.
saying the same thing. You're kind of essentially saying that because the creativity goes in what the music sounds like.
Yeah.
So
Overall,
you're
not
saying the
just
same
lyrics.
thing, that Game is a better rapper, but Rick Ross makes better music.
Yeah. Game is a
'Cause the-
better lyricist, but Rick Ross is a better rapper to me because he came up with his own shit.
I can dig it.
You, I guess I would say better artist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily better rapper, but because rapper at the end of the day, no matter how you define it, the better rapper on the surface is who can rap better. You know what I'm saying? So that's like, that is a lyricism. But the
would like-
creativity in putting together an album and you being the guy who came up with the whole vision for your shit, that goes into more of you being an artist. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the only difference is that Game was, he was created as an artist. That's what you're basically saying, which is true. So he could rap, but he couldn't make songs. Same thing.
I would like to hear Game's music pre 50 Cent. I would like to hear the music that got Game signed. What did Dr. Dre hear? Like, who
That's what I'm
was it?
saying.
But
He could-
that's assuming music got him signed, because you know
Yeah.
how many talented people exist in this country that don't get deals.
I don't think he
You know
didn't
what I mean?
get the.
But that's what I'm trying to say.
Like,
We're
that's
saying the
making
same.
a big assumption.
But I'm
that
gathering
should
if he
even
put
matter.
together a body of work that was on the shelf, he could not make songs. He could rap. So it's like Dre saying, "Yo, I like this guy. He could rap. I like how he raps, but he needs help with cultivation.
He can't write
So we're gonna
hooks.
bring him 50.
Yeah.
You know, with my production, we're going to formulate this change him into an artist.
Yeah.
That's the whole difference between the guys who do it on the street than the guys who kind of like get the deal.
Make money
It's
from
like, okay, how can you transform your creativity as a rapper to someone that can make money in the rap game? You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying about Game is that he could rap. Clearly he could rap. But I feel like what 50 did and what the whole thing was is that we want to push him. So in order to push him, he needs better songs. So we're going to give him 50 to create the songs with Dr. Dre production. Voila. We almost got a Get Rich or Die Trying Part 2. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to sell it from a West Coast point of view. Game is going to put he's going to sell his story. It's his image. And that's what he's saying where he takes points from, which I can agree. But I'm not mad at it, but I can agree. But at the bottom line, though, he still is a good rapper.
An artist that is fun. Then
he was
to listen
created.
To
he was
Anderson .Paak. But that's
Love
if you're
him.
evaluating the.
But see, he's a creator.
platform
He's a
that they
creative, rather.
Yep.
I guess then I don't
And like
see.
he's gonna fuck their whole shit up.
I
Like,
guess
if they
then
don't
I-
contain him, in my opinion, he gonna fuck that.
Yeah.
Whole shit.
Sidebar, which brings us to Corday.
Yeah, but I just before we transition, I just don't see that as a bad thing or.
It's not a bad thing, but he's just keeping it on raw, like saying that you can't. It's like if we talking about, that's why I keep saying rap.
Yeah.
So he's talking from a standpoint of being a rapper and like saying that, okay, I'm giving extra points or more points for rappers who have their own vision and can execute their vision to the point of record sales. Game didn't do that.
Word.
Ross did. That's his issue. Saying that Ross could rap, but he had a vision, and he had enough creativity to put out a body of work on his own that didn't need assistance from other rappers.
Like that wasn't even his persona before 50 Cent got there is what I'm saying. Like I want to hear the songs. You was a stripper, bro. You was on some eye piercing. Like,
I mean, but that's irrelevant.
The stripper thing, I think it was about
That's
getting money.
irrelevant because Rick
bro,
Ross was the CEO.
wait.
That's irrelevant. Rick
That's
Ross
not-
was the CEO,
but
so that's
that's not-
I
irrelevant.
agree, but what I'm saying is you came
Outside
up with
of
that
their
shit on your
careers,
own.
though.
What I'm saying is you came up with that shit on your own. What we know you for before all of this gangbanging shit.
Okay, so I
was
want to
you
hear
was a
Rick Ross
ear piercing,
pre-fucking
you
CEO
You was an
raps.
eyebrow piercing stripper, bro.
Okay.
All that blood shit, and your brother is super Crip, and you grew up on a Crip block.
I feel like we're
And
essentially.
then they came and they packaged that shit to kind of make the music look dope. And to me, as
But he
an
became
artist,
blood because he moved, right? Because I understand these guys who bang both.
became blood because
He
niggas
moved,
wanted to
though.
fuck because that shit was cool at the time. The shit was popping.
What, blood?
Yes, that was around the same time as Jewels and
But I thought he's
Dipset
really
and all
a
that
real
shit.
blood.
Big Face 100 is super Crip, and that's your older brother. So how you really blood? And I'm not speaking on no set shit and no none of shit like that. But your older brother is super Crip. You lived on a super Crip block. So
What
now
the-
all of a sudden you OG blood
Why
when
can't
the
we
shit
all
pop
go
off and look good. When conveniently 04, 05 blood is super popping with Jewels and Dipset and all that.
What that got to do with?
What? I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, son.
Why can't we all get along, guys?
I'm not calling. No, I'm not going. I can't give.
I hear you. I hear
I
you.
want to know
I
what
hear
it was
you.
before that. I don't have no.
I want to
reference point
hear.
on what game
So
was
I want to
before
hear
that.
Rick
All
Ross
I'm
raps
giving-
too when he was doing the.
All
CEO
I'm
shit.
giving, but even if you hear Rick Ross raps before that, I know somebody didn't give him Port of Miami 16 songs. The
I don't know.
cadences, the
The
premises,
more and more
the
we
hooks.
engage in this, I'm sorry. The more and more we engage in this conversation, they both had shit that they had to transition from. Like he had to transition from being a CEO, and he had to transition
But
from
he
being a
transitioned
stripper.
himself. Nobody
They
gave
both
him
did.
that. But nobody gave him that. They both did nothing.
They both
Who
did.
wrote them songs and them hooks? Who wrote Every Day I'm Hustling hook and gave it to Ross and was like, yo, put 216 on this and this is gonna be your #1 hit single?
Okay, Reef.
Oh, I don't understand.
Every
how
day
that's
I'm
not
hustling.
big. Like, how that's not huge. How Hated to Love It was 50 Cent's whole song. The premise, the hook, the beat, everything. You did nothing.
But
you just came and was like, all
but
right,
I'm not just
216s.
stuck on that because his career pretty much is far more extensive than just his first album. That's what I'm saying. But I digress.
Oh,
YBN.
true.
I'm just saying.
Corday. I
Corday.
feel like I like him. I like the the young kid.
This-
I feel like he's heavily J. Cole inspired.
What song? Like, what does he sing? Rap, whatever.
Jesus Christmas.
Well, it was one.
What does he sing? Rap, whatever.
Well, he just dropped his first body of work
Lost
I feel like
Boy.
I heard the kid's name before, but
called Lost Boy. He has a song with Anderson .Paak
Yeah, on album.
that they performed on what's that show that everyone goes to nighttime?
Wildin' Out.
Not Jimmy Kendall, but no, what's the other guy?
Fallon.
Fallon.
I enjoyed the album. It gave me a college dropout feel because of the interludes, and I really enjoyed it. It was a dope album. My favorite is the one with Pusha. And,
Yo, he has some big features on there. He got
Yeah.
Pusha. He got Meek Mill.
Anderson .Paak.
I think
That's
my
a light one,
favorite
too. I like
Anderson
that one,
.Paak. I
too.
think my favorite is the Meek Mill joint.
Yeah, I like that one too.
I
That's
like the hook
second.
on that. I think it's pretty dope.
Overall, it's not a bad song on the album. It's a good straight listen.
It's a good album, but he sounds a lot like Cole,
Yeah.
doesn't he?
How do you spell
Yeah.
the kid's name?
YBN.
Cordae.
As it's spelled.
Cordae. He's definitely his grandmama baby.
Mm-hmm.
That's grandmama baby. Because he
Maybe
definitely,
Grandmama a lot on his album?
yes, he definitely pays homage to his grandmother. She passed away early
Yeah.
at
Shout out
62.
to the grandmothers.
And he definitely pays homage to her.
Definitely.
But he sounds to me a lot like present day Cole. Like he does a lot of singing too, like singing,
Is he signed
and he
to Dream-
sounds
is
good.
He signed to Dreamville?
Nah.
No, I don't know who he signed to, but whoever he signed to, they got the bag or they got the connect because he had Meek and Pusha on his album as well as Anderson .Paak. And
He signed to Atlantic.
I feel like it's not until I hear Andre 3000 on an album that I'm just like, whomever got you connected is
It's
connected.
Carnegie Kid album, Andre 2000 will be on it.
Dope. Appreciate you, man.
Speaking
We got.
into existence.
Did y'all get a chance to finish Chance's album?
Still
I didn't
listening
start
to
it.
some of it.
I'm good. I stopped at like 15.
I heard it was whack,
Fire.
but you know what's? You said it's fire.
The intro was fire.
Yeah, the
Oh.
intro's fire.
You know what song is hot though?
Fire.
The joint with him and nIcKI.
It's alright.
You don't like that? Called Slide or something?
It's alright. It's cool. It's not a bad record.
I
It's not a
respect
bad
his
record.
artistry. He
It's
does-
not a
he
bad
does his
record.
own thing, and I respect
It got a bad review though. People not feeling it.
It's just too many songs. I mean, I think
How many songs?
it's I think like 23, 22.
But that's the shit
Uh-huh.
that people like Wayne was trying to do. You trying to get multiple shits on the charts at the same time, so it's you get more money. That's a business move.
I guess I put it like this. I think certain artists, I don't know,
And
like,
it-
certain artists can do that. Like I'm not checking for like 23 albums from Chance.
Deals be songs
Wayne,
now.
yes.
Like niggas don't be getting album deals. Niggas be getting like song deals. Like so you gotta do 100 songs for the label. So like you gonna put 25 on your album.
Yeah.
So that you only gotta do 4 albums. You know what I'm saying? Like so that's what the thinking and that should be.
Yeah,
And I ain't mad at niggas for that.
I can dig it,
Get
but
more songs on the charts. Get out your obligations quicker. Get more money. Get
you think that's what Chris Brown's doing? Cause he made another album with like 40 songs.
Yeah, bro. These niggas ain't dumb. son.
Another
They know
one?
what it
Yeah,
is.
I'm
Yeah.
exaggerating with 40, but it's like up
Yeah,
there.
that's because you in debt to your label songs now instead of albums. Like niggas are signing you for 10 albums back in the day. You had to make 10 albums to get out your deal. Now niggas sign you for 200 songs. So you gonna do 40 songs. I'm gonna do 5 projects with 40 songs each, nigga, and I'm out.
That's the thing that I don't understand, like how it is that labels monetize, I guess, their relationships with artists
Because
and how that plays out, you know?
because we promote your shit. We give you the money so that your shit is on all the radio stations, on the TVs, and all that. And then once your sales come, we need to get paid back for all of that. We spend $1 million promoting your shit, so now you got to give us the money back for your promotion,
But then there's
for your
naturally
distribution, and all of that.
some sort of like griminess with it, right? Because if it were that simple, it wouldn't be this complicated.
Nah, people be
would
feeling
trying to like
people be feeling like it's Grammy because they be getting such a high percentage, but at the same time, the record label feels like if it wasn't for the money that we put to promote your shit, then you wouldn't have sold that much in the first place. So it's like we do deserve that because without us, nobody would know about your shit. Like you got
It's
the best
real.
album in the world, but if nobody knows about it, what is it worth?
it's real.
You
But
know?
then why isn't the NFL the same way?
What do you mean?
Is there talents that like bring people to the stadium? Right? Is there talents that bring people to that brings the record labels that black people just need to learn how to unite? I'm just saying.
Yeah, but it's like you like the same talents like Zeke Elliott could go play football in a field somewhere and he would be just as good. But like the shit that gets them the money is that the shit is on TV that anybody around the world could turn on Channel 7 and watch. And then people are gonna wear the jersey because they know when you play you're gonna have this shirt. So X amount of people buy this shirt. So this shirt generates X amount of dollars. So now we got to pay you that money. It's like the platform. Is it unjust the way some of the players and artists are paid? Absolutely. But like you don't get the money without the platform. So like certain people try to get mad at the platform. But like
I get it, right? It's funny. Oh, moment. We were sitting down here talking about like white people and culture last
yourself?
week. Say that again?
Did you just segment yourself? Moment.
Sorry.
Moment with Q.
We were having a conversation last week about like white people and not having culture, blah 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 blah, right? Capitalism, okay. So like I'm still in the process of thought. I'm still thinking this through.
Take time.
But capitalism is the culture by which like many white folks live that like we see as a business standpoint, but it's just like a way of life for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like so I had that moment because I was like, that's why we don't get along. Sorry. Damn.
so capitalism is white people's culture.
Yeah.
And the
that's
reason
like
why
a real
black
thing.
folks don't get along?
And like and like one of the big reasons why it is that there's a lot of disconnection between the languages between like the two groups, right? Because I don't think because naturally it's a language that has been formed by them, so they know it in and out to a degree in which we don't. So there's that advantage, one. But like that is the way I feel as though there are people in this world that has learned how to function by systems, routine, and accountability only because there's no soul. So, like, that part doesn't exist. Not doesn't exist, but holds no weight when it comes to, like, defining professionalism and, like, capitalism and fabric and shit like that. Sorry, I told y'all I was still developing thought.
Nah,
I shouldn't have brought it to the table until it's formed.
I've definitely thought about that since we spoke about it. I think white people have culture like hamburgers,
hot dogs.
But that's American culture.
Yeah, but I think that's what it is because when we say white, like that's a really broad term to put on people because usually culture is like country specific. So you can have like Irish culture or Russian culture or Polish culture. When we say white, we mean American, which is the group of all of these people that have come here to this country. So I think white American culture is all of that stuff. Punk rock, hamburgers,
to your
preppy
article.
clothing, like, country clubs, golf, tennis, like that. That's white culture. Like they
And,
shit.
but then right, but that's what he's saying. So in addition to that, that includes our shit
Oh, absolutely.
because hip hop is a Black American
Absolutely.
culture.
But that's all Zanny did.
So that's where it, you follow. So that's where they pull from us too,
Absolutely.
which
even
kind of
rock.
goes back to the article. Like
Rock and roll is their culture now, but rock and roll comes from black people.
Right.
Like all the music
And
they
black people
take it from-
swear it's
I
something
think-
that's adopted from whites.
I think that's their culture in itself, adopting things from other cultures.
I mean,
seeing
but
things
that's
that you
literally
like
what
and
Homeboy
taking
said.
it and adopting it to yourself.
Capitalism. That is what it
Absolutely.
is.
That's what it is. Where our culture is creating some shit out of something.
But
That's
I'm
what
going to
we
write
do.
that shit on paper and say that
they-
paper is bond as opposed to word is bond, right? And this is what legitimizes me being able to steal your shit.
right.
Sorry, natives.
But we be
Like,
stealing
my
shit
now.
too. Hip hop ain't nothing but stealing now.
But-
Nobody ain't creative. Everybody's stealing.
No idea.
However, I feel like
original.
black people have the ability to be transformative, and we either go along with with the dominant ideals or the dominant way of doing things, or we disrupt that shit. And I feel like this is an important decision because this is what can either bolster credibility amongst the people, like black people, or causes us to lose it, right? And we're more susceptible to losing it because we bitter. And to a degree, we bitter as fuck, right? I'm mad as shit when a person is promoted ahead of me. Like when I think about what meritocracy is.
Word.
So it's likely, but that's when karma comes and bites us in the ass. So it's when are we gonna unite and figure this shit out and recognize that there's more work to be I don't know. We have to work aggressively. I'm still formulating the thought. I'll come back to you guys.
It's all good. We got a couple more minutes left. I wanted to get into the unpopular opinion of the week.
What they say.
This stems from the quote-unquote Rich Paul rule that LeBron James tweeted. It's pertaining to the NCAA regulations on pretty much ensuring that players are getting the necessary experience from agents. So pretty much you have to have a college degree. So Rich Paul, who's fronts Clutch Sports, he's a sports agent, but he doesn't have a college degree, and pretty much this is the NCAA's way of pretty much changing that whole policy of having these athletes explore being pro, because that's what this is for. I mean, that's what he's been doing. I think he's been getting a lot of flack from that because of so many athletes who have been like seeking his counsel and then going like overseas. I think that's what's happening.
Let's call it what it is. This year,
Oh, it's 'cause he's
with
black.
Anthony Davis and Paul George basically saying, fuck my contract, I want to get the fuck up out of here, and them being traded, the owners have been complaining. Like, these young, for lack of a better term, niggas are getting too much power. We need to do something to nip the shit in the bud. So what the NCAA did to try to circumvent that was try to say your agent has to have a college degree, so that somebody like Rich Paul, who they feel like is pulling the strings behind the scenes and dictating what happens in the NBA, can't do that shit. And that's fucking bullshit.
So here's the direct quote, right? The NCAA wants agents to have a college degree. Many agents and college basketball analysts agree the regulations which the NCAA, said are intended to ensure players receive experienced counsel before foregoing their college eligibility seem intended to lessen the influence of Paul and other younger agents, many of whom are African American. But critics of the new rules say that their concerns go deeper, that the NCAA is making it riskier for athletes to explore a career in pro basketball.
I also have a question. Is this only for kids that are coming out of college, or does that mean anyone that's in the NBA, their agent has to have a college degree as well?
This is the NCAA.
Okay, so only the kids coming into the draft.
into the draft.
Once you come in, you can get a new agent.
Because what's happening, what's been going on is the fact that they've gone to the combine, and they've talked to agents, but they haven't committed. So what's been happening is they've been able to get their feet wet and then go back. So I think the NCAA is probably they want to have a hand in that. Like, listen, if you're gonna,
Do people watch Ballers?
Yeah.
I haven't. I've heard it.
I've been trying to get
Like,
it back on.
I'm sorry. Like, there's something in me that's sitting here, and I'm like, are we not watching TV? Like, do we not understand where this is coming from? Like, why this is the case?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Sorry, there's just something where it's just like there's too much available to us. Whereas we need to stop being blinded by bullshit. We need to pay attention to what the fuck, like.
NCAA is just trying to protect that money. They know the money's within the minority, and they feel like if they keep restricting the minority, give us a good try. They keep trying to restrict the minority. They think they're gonna lose power, or if they don't restrict the minorities. Us, speaking of.
I know
So.
I ain't the craziest LeBron fan,
But I just feel like you can't. Who are you to say if a person's gonna be worth millions in a year? Who are we to say don't? No, there's a restriction. You have to stay. If they're ready to go, you're ready to go. I feel like in any other sport, in baseball, you can go pro at 16, or is that soccer? I'm not really sure. Like, you can go pro at 16 years old in soccer.
They can draft you out of high school in baseball.
You know what I'm saying? They can draft you out of high school. So I just think these restrictions that they're holding upon these athletes.
I also think is bullshit, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that should be allowed because then.
In some sports, you can go pro.
If you create a stipulation about a person needing to have a degree, then that tells me that you feel as though they need to have some level of understanding in order to make a decision.
Yeah.
But then you can recruit them. So you want to be able to influence them, right?
Yeah.
You don't want them to have that level. Come on, people. We gotta do better. Pay attention to what the fuck they do.
NCAA, you got to do better. And for this instance, I do agree with LeBron James. It's BS. It's BS. I agree. LeBron James. Look at that.
I don't think it'll last that long, though.
You want a cookie?
I would like a cookie, yes. On that note, episode 43.
Cheer!
43.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to shout out one of my
Take your time.
homegirls.
Take your time. No, don't take your time. So, and as she's taking a breath, I want to shout out the people who's been texting their unpopular opinions, emailing,
Did you pick
DMing. I have a
He
bunch.
didn't.
I didn't, but I just felt like with this one, it was relevant to the
Okay.
But I mean, we have a
Oh,
bunch.
you said okay.
Yeah, we have a bunch.
In being reflective, I think about repost my shit, and I have a whole rack of friends who are doing amazing things, like Shauna with the First Gen project. There are a ton of people who are doing great things, and I don't use this platform to promote them.
Yeah.
So I will do better, one. And then two, on the spirit of doing that, I want to shout out one of my homegirls, because you'd be listening to the show. But BET Networks has announced that it is ordering Tyler Perry series. It's called Sisters.
Oh yeah.
And my homegirl Ashley Brown is playing one of the sisters. They call her Novi Brown. So shout out to you.
Take a little bit.
For like that accomplishment and just like putting a plug. Look out for it, Sisters. Don't know when it's coming on TV, but it's coming on sometime soon on BT.
Dope.
And BT, y'all know y'all be slacking. So like, come on, like 2 seasons at least. Come on, man. Yeah. Just saying.
5 seasons.
And shout out to Power. About to come back on.
Oh yeah, let's get it.
What they say this is the last season.
This is the last season. It's the last season.
It may or may not be.
I've never watched it.
I feel like it's like it's a bluff because
it's a bluff.
2 seasons ago he said there were 10 seasons written. Stop
Plus
bullshitting.
50 said that he was loving it so much that he's gonna bring it back.
He loving that bag.
They canceled
They say it is a get-rich town.
Spike Lee shit.
So, on that note, episode 43.
43.
We out of here. Until next time.
Until next time.
All right, y'all.
Cheer. I just don't want to take this off. You good?
Wait, so why aren't the reminders nor the invites
A
coming?
missed tragedy.
Yo,
I did some shit this week for 17 magazine. Bestie picks Bay. Like
That's good.
Basically,
That's dope.
The 2 friends pick a date for their friends, so it winds up being triplets. It's 3 fucking white girls.
2 friends picked a date for their friend.
Yeah, so it's Bestie picks Bay. This one, the one that I'm on, it's triplets. It's 2 fucking white girls picking a date for their fucking triplet sister. Yo, when I tell you these girls look crazy, bro. Like fire red hair, like sky blue eyes, crazy. I wasn't making it to like the end, but I think they wanted to pick the white boys anyway. They had white boys after me, like. But these dudes.
Oh, you're on the show.
Yeah, I'm one of the dudes that they gotta pick out of. I made it to the last 3, and then I got eliminated. But
So that shit is fraudulent.
That's what's up. He says what?
It's fraudulent.
it was, yo.
When did you do that?
This was like Thursday, dead ass. Like I left.
How'd you?
You in a relationship,
Boy.
Negro. You ain't supposed to be doing shit like
Listen,
that. That shit is
man,
fraudulent.
my career, man. I gotta do what's good for my career.
That's
Shit be
the
I got
bag.
millions of views.
What did your girl say?
That's real, but
I ain't even saying.
Man.
I ain't even telling her.
You should have seen his
you ain't shit.
He's like,
He was fixing.
I ain't
tell.
tell her.
I ain't.
You ain't shit.
What O'Neal say?
career,
I'm
bro.
supposed to
Listen,
the track.
we got the. This gonna get us some traction. This is gonna get me some traction. Fuck that, man.
Hey,
I
do
had
what
to
you do,
it.
man. I mean, as long as y'all have that conversation.
But the way they look, I'm not gonna lie. Y'all know I don't really fuck. Like I'm not white girl crazy. I'm not that dude. But
They look good.
Yo, my God, yo, wait till it comes out. It's coming out this fall. I'm gonna send y'all the link when it comes out. But
So you're gonna be on there, one of the dudes.
I was the last. Like I was the last.
The last
like,
3?
I got eliminated, but it was white dudes after me. So
That's what's up, man.
So you're gonna have to tell her your girl at some point because
Yeah, you
if
can
it's
tell
gonna
her.
come out.
That shit comes on TV.
you rather you tell than some her girlfriend tell like, yo.
I be like, yo, it's for my fucking career. Like this
That's
ain't
what
no
happened to,
real shit.
Don't tell her
What's his name?
after it
What
comes
all
out.
those
Yeah,
baby
nah, I'm not.
Yeah, tell her before, like tell her
Come on,
tomorrow or
October.
something.
Oh, okay.
I'm good.
That's
October's like, yeah.
Coming up.
Cause you gonna be like, you gonna be telling your story on the show, like,
Yo,
True story.
Fuck it though.
the shit dropped. I didn't know it was gonna go viral.
yo, if it do go viral, I would be like, cause some of the shit's got millions of views. Like
And the
some of
first thing that she was
episodes
gonna
got
say
2
is that
million
if it
views.
didn't mean shit, then you would have told me right away. So you may as
Right.
well, you better open your goddamn mouth.
Listen,
That's on MTV.
You lying?
That's on MTV, bro.
You dead ass?
I'm dead ass. That's on MTV.
What's it called?
Like
Bestie Picks Bay.
something like that, but they have like triplets, so they go on a date with these people that are just they're pretty much they're aligned to the same way that they like people.
Nah,
like,
I don't think
like
so.
if they like people with like short hair, there's gonna be 3 people with short hair, your complexion, your build.
Nah, it was white dudes. It was,
Yeah, that's
it
on
was
MTV, bro.
dweebs. Nah, no, it ain't.
Yes, it is.
I don't think so.
This shit is still not working.
That's on MTV, man.
I hope it is.
Yeah,
With that same title?
that's what I'm saying. Maybe you got the titles, but it's on MTV.
All I know is these fucking white girls.
Cause there's 3.
Oh
There's a show
my
like that.
God.
There's 3.
It's not always triplets.
It's
though.
not always
just
triplets.
so
It just happened to be
this
that they're
one-
twins. That the twins are triplets. Yeah.
Yo,
That's definitely MTV. You blowing up, son.
red hair. I'm talking about blue
You
eyes
blowing
like
up.
this blue, bro. Like model looking white chicks, bro. Like I'm all into like shit that's rare. Like that red hair, blue eyes. Like that shit is rare. That's like 1 out of a million people.
Oh, you sound like a stereotype.
Do I?
Yeah.
What stereotype? like
I mean, just a black man stereotype.
No, am I all
Don't worry,
about
I'll
white
send you.
girls?
I'll send
No,
you
I'm
out
not
the
like that
passage
at
out
all.
of Tina Love.
I'm not all about white girls at all, but like if I have a white girl, I want a red hair, blue eye one, cause that's like fucking red Pokemon. You ain't see
So,
this shit.
Whispers, the rap, he was supposed to come through today, but he had like daddy duties. He told me.
Oh,
So
okay.
next week, Con Genius, he's coming through with his artist Bianca.
She's really good.
Yeah, a lot of people been hitting me up saying like, yo, you don't have like female artists, and I always
We
say,
haven't had any male artists.
we have,
Had one.
we had a couple, but it's just like I felt bad, so I
We
just
only
made
had
sure.
one, bro.
Our energy
She's a
was
singer,
too.
though.
Yeah,
I
she's a
got
singer,
the
yeah.
sense that our energy was too much last week, BT Dubs.
She can sit next to me. Wait, what?
Or
was too
that there
much?
was a lot of people last week.
Yeah,
Where was the birthday
I had
thing?
two. I know, but there were two people who were just like, they.
Yeah,
One
like-
quoted that like when the conversation erupted around like Nas Biggie.
Yeah.
That they was like, I don't know if I want to watch it.
Really?
Yeah, they were just saying that like we were all going at it.
Yeah, it was.
I was like, that's real.
I have to watch the
It
show
was
back.
difficult to get like a word in, but it was just like it's hard to like try to.
Same people who be telling me shut the fuck up.
Cause it's really
Yeah.
podcast format.
No,
So
I have friends
Oh.
who just be like,
It's just, it's hard to give guests like that mindfulness of okay, you got to keep the airspace for everybody. It's hard because they want to get their airspace. So it was one of those things.
Yo, I feel ashamed, but out of everybody album, I listen to Blueface.
Most is good. You like it?
I
Yo,
won't comment.
I be laughing at it so much that I like.
Oh,
I don't
but
know.
comic relief.
It's
Got it.
I got like I don't know, but like I got
So it's good.
I got Ross Chance.
Nah, you said
Him.
for comic relief, right?
It's fun. Like I want to listen. to
Well,
shit
how
that
was Chance
the
to you?
most.
I can't. It's 50.
Yeah, it's like it's a couple
Too many
songs that's
fucking songs.
fire. Like I love his artistry. He's super dope, but like to listen to that whole shit, nah.
He has exactly. I'll tell you.
Oh.
right
Yo, you taking?
now. Oh, thanks. I'm gonna leave for the next week. I'm good.
Oh, if you're gonna leave them for
I'm
them,
Yeah, you can keep it.
I'll take them.
He got, and I'm up to 5-year plan. He has 22, and I stopped after that because it was just like there's but so much I can listen to the same person.
That's a lot.
Like Wayne, it also depends upon the skill level of the person. Like Wayne, like would you be able to do 22?
See, Wayne is the person that
Jay-Z?
me to start listening to rap. So
Blueprint 2 was how many?
Yeah, like double pitch, but that's what I'm saying. Like it depends upon the skill level. Like I can listen to a 22 track, Jay-Z. I can't listen to a 22 track Chance the Rapper because he's just too abstract and like his skill level is up there with the people that I consider like using bathroom. I'm with you.
You gonna be alright?
Using the bathroom.
Yeah,
I'll wait. speaking of. So, but I just feel like you can't.
And that tells me that you feel as. And that tells me that you.
Like that red hair, blue eyes, like that shit is. If it do go viral, I would be like, cause some of the shit's got millions of views. Like
And the
some of
first thing that she was
episodes
gonna
got
say is
2
that if
million
it
views.
didn't mean shit, then you would have told me right away. So you.
If it do go viral, I would be like, cause some of the shit's got millions of views. Like
And
if it do go behind the scenes and dictating what happens in the NBA, can't do that shit, and that's fucking bullshit.
So here's the.
I ain't telling you.
You should have seen him.
You ain't shit.
Like,
That's what happened.